deal. The other guys give you just one side. We give you 3 sides. Not to brag. You get a meaty sandwich, curly fries, mott sticks, a sweet treat, and a drink. All for just $7.99. It's more meal for your money. More meal for your money. More meal for your money. Well, where'd that come from?
Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
We're back at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Gonzaga and San Francisco getting ready for their 100th meeting all time. The Zags lead this series 77-22. They've won 34 in a row. Well, calling all Zag fans 12 and younger, are you a member of the America Junior Zag Club? For a $35 annual membership fee, you'll receive GU swag, invites to exclusive Junior Zag parties, and tickets to select women's basketball games, as well as complimentary admission to all regular season soccer, volleyball, and baseball events. Register now at gozags.com/Junior Zag Club. Let's take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's West Coast Conference showdown between the 8th-ranked Zags and visiting San Francisco. First, for the Dons, Ryan Beasley will get the start at the point. The junior, former WCC freshman of the year, 5'11", 180-pounder out of San Ramon, California, is their leading scorer, 14.2 points per game. He'll be joined in the starting lineup by Legend Smiley, a 6'5", 190-pounder out of Seattle. Played at Garfield, where he won a 3A state championship, and he was the most valuable player of the state tournament. He's averaging 7 points per game. Starting on the wing will be Tyrone Riley IV, a 6'6", 200-pounder out of Watts, California. He's averaging 12 points per contest. Also in the starting lineup for the visiting San Francisco Dons, David Fuchs. He's a 6'9", 245-pounder out of Austria. Transfer from Rhode Island. He's averaging 11.9 points and 7.5 rebounds per game. And then Junji Barry Wong, a 6'9", 250-pounder out of China. Will start in the middle. He's averaging 7.5 points per game, 3 rebounds a contest. He has played well of late for them, really shooting the 3 well. He made 4 of them on 4 attempts and their win over Washington State their last time out. Meanwhile, for the Bulldogs, Braden Smith will get the start at the point, the 6', 170-pounder out of Seattle, averaging nearly 6 points and a team-best 4.3 assists per game. Joined in the starting backcourt by Emmanuel Inocente, the 6'5", 198-pounder out of the Ivory Coast. He's averaging 5 points per contest, along with 3 rebounds per game. Jalen Worley will also be a member of the starting 5 for the Bulldogs, a 6'7", 205-pounder, averaging 7 points, 5.5 rebounds per contest for GU. Adam Miller, part of that 4-guard lineup, the 6'3", 200-pounder out of Peoria, Illinois, coming off an 11-point performance in the win over Pepperdine, averaging nearly 8 points per game. Ismaila Jajana is going to start in the middle. The 7', 237-pounder getting his 3rd start of the season in the absence of Braden Huff and Graham Ike. He's averaging about 2 points per game, coming off a game with 3 blocks and 10 rebounds against Pepperdine on Wednesday night. Beasley, Riley, Fuchs, Smiley, and Wong for visiting San Francisco. It'll be Smith, Inocente, Worley, Miller, and Dujana for the Zags. Mo, keys to the game for Gonzaga tonight to remain undefeated in West Coast Conference play.
Well, first, 3-point shooting last game against Pepperdine. It was insignificant, but we go 5 for 20. We got to shoot the ball better, especially with our 2 best scorers out. Second, win the rebounding battle. USF +6 on this season. Again, we're missing one of our best rebounders inside. We're going to have to box out and secure rebounds. Third, get back in transition. This team likes to run. They like to shoot a ton of threes. They like to do that, not against a good half-court defense like ourselves. Got to get back and locate.
Let's look at our keys to the game. Again, USF has made 46 three-pointers on 110 attempts in its last 4 basketball games. It's extremely loud here at the McCarthy Athletic Center. The students are back. It is a packed house once again as Gonzaga looks to win its 299th game in the McCarthy Athletic Center against just 20 losses since this building opened up in the early 2000s. So the Bulldogs wearing their traditional home white uniforms with the blue and red trim. Gonzaga across their chest, their names in blue on the backs of the uniforms. Meanwhile, San Francisco will come out of its huddle wearing the dark green, or is that black, Mo? I was trying to figure that out during pregame.
I think it's black with green numbers. Yep. But yeah, it's a colorblind person's worst nightmare
yes,
right there.
Is.
Like, this one's tough.
Yeah, San Francisco in cursive lettering across the chest. They've got the gold and yellow trim and their names in gold on the backs of the uniform. Right to left for the Zags in the first 20 minutes of action here tonight. Darren White, David Hall, a couple of veteran officials joined by Jason Alabanza as our officials for tonight's game. One final huddle for the Zags starter on the floor before they make their way out to the court. Game 2 of a 3-game homestand for the Bulldogs. Dejana will jump center for GU. It'll be David Fuchs, the transfer from Rhode Island. He's been the starter for them since they entered West Coast Conference play at back-to-back 20-point games to earn a spot in the starting 5, and he has played really well. He's been in double figures 4 of 5 West Coast Conference games. His last 3, he's averaging 13 points, 9.5 rebounds. So, Mo, we talk about the inside presence, and he has been it for them. Dejana and Fuchs, ball's in the air. San Francisco controls the opening tip, and we are underway at the kennel. Beasley across half court with a dribble from his left to his right, passes back for Riley. Riley gives it up to Wong. Now Fuchs out top with it. Spins around to his right, tries to hand it off to Beasley. It's poked away by Miller. Beasley chases it down to the backcourt with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Beasley gets a screen, dribbles to his right, pulls up, shoots a deep 3. It's off the side of the rim, tipped around by Dejana, and luckily for the Bulldogs, Worley is there to pick it up. Left it right
hot
underneath.
Potato, huh?
Yeah, right underneath the basket. Worley almost turned it over, but able to get the pass away to Miller. And now on the left sideline in front of the Dons bench to Braden Smith. Smith, defended by Wong, gets to a pull-up jumper from 14 and hits it all net.
I like that, recognizing the mismatch. Braden Smith takes Wang off the dribble. Good start for him.
San Francisco with the ball, dribbling into a 3 and missing is Riley. And now the ball is out of bounds, last touched by the Dons. Beasley trying to save it from going out of bounds.
Right on
that
cue.
was Legend Smiley. You missed it.
We talk about how much they like to shoot threes, 2 contested step backs. Really fun to play for this team.
Smith in the front court snaps a pass to Innocente. Back out between the circles for Worley. One dribble flip into the hands of Smith. Smith over to Miller, coming off the screen, fakes the 3, dribbles to the left wing. Now into the corner with it. Back out to Smith. Smith refuses the screen to Dejana, dribbles to his right, bounces it on the baseline. Worley penetrates the left-handed dribble, spins back to his right. Kick out Miller, catches and fires a lefty's 3, partially blocked. I think Riley got a piece of it. Worley trying to save it. And boy, I don't know if you could have made anybody aware of that, Mo, but it's pretty sure it's got blocked.
Yeah, you could see the spin on the ball too, because it came off with kind of an earth spin, and that's an automatic tell that Adam Miller's not going to shoot it like that, right? So they got tipped. That's a tough break for the Zags.
Beasley in the front court, far side of the floor. Picks up his dribble. The Fuchs out top. Right side pass for Smiley, the kid out of Seattle. Picks up his dribble, goes to Wong at the free throw line. Defended by Innocente, backing him down with all of his 250 pounds, leans in. Looked like he got away with a step or 2. Missed the shot, tipped into the hands of Smith. Braden weaves his way into the front court, left-handed dribble, flips it underhanded to Miller. Wasn't quite ready for it, bobbled it, but got it back. Kick out to Innocente, skip left side Worley. In front of Chris Skurlofson, he passes to Smith on the sideline. One-handed pass out for Innocente between the circles. Manuel, little crossover dribble, spins into the paint, little fadeaway from 12 is good. Tough shot, he knocks it down.
Very tough shot. It was pretty good defense by San Francisco. Ended up taking a turnaround 14-footer from our kind of standstill shooter. Great make by Innocente.
2.5 minutes in, Zags lead at 4-0. Beasley just inside half court with the dribble, picks it up, bounces it for Wong. Defended by Worley at the 3-point line. Gives it back to Beasley. Sets a screen for him. He picks up his dribble, though. Beasley needs some help. Bounces it away to Riley. Riley skips it right side. Fuchs fakes the handoff. Fade away from 16 is no good. Another miss. Flying in is Wong, and he took the ball away from Innocente, but stepped out of bounds. It's Gonzaga basketball.
Good flying around from our guys inside on that defensive rebound. Like the effort defensively so far. San Francisco, 0 for 4 to start the game. So defensively, we've shown some good acumen early.
Zags with the ball. Smith across half court. Gives it up to Worley at the 3-point line. Underhanded flip for Miller. Gives it up left side to Smith. Smith gets a screen from Dejana. Splits 2 black shirts. Drives. Uses it for Worley. A little one-hander is up and in. Gonzaga has the first 6 points of the game.
Beautiful split on the high ball screen there from Smith. Late show. He splits the defenders, get into the paint.
Folks out top with it, gives it up to Beasley in front of the Kennel Club. Dribbles out to the top of the key. Bounce left side. Brooks with a couple of big shoulders into Dejana. Throws it up off the glass. Won't go, but a whistle and a foul.
I think he was a little bit off balance. Good call by the official. Tough one, but I think he wasn't vertical. Let's see here. We're going to get a chance to get the replay. Watch his right arm. Yep. A good call by the officials. He was not in a vertical position. I'm just going to tell you right now, you're saying this guy's last name the entire evening, folks, just so you know, it's Fuchs. I'm not even saying it because I'm going to mess up.
And I just had a joke for you, Mo, when he missed the first free throw, but I'm not even going to throw it.
So, I'm not even going to Fuchs. I'm not even going to attempt it. I like my job.
It rhymes with cooked.
Okay, there you. I'm not going there, man.
He's a 62.5% free throw shooter. Missed his first. Davis Fogel onto the floor for the Zags. It looks like Izzo's going to check out. So Coach Few early on going to that 5-guard lineup. Davis coming off a 17-point performance in the win over Pepperdine. Fuchs misses them both. Fogel rebounds, and now Smith will bring the Zags into the offensive end. Gives it up right side. Innocente back to Smith, left side Fogel. Don's back off into his own. Smith misses the three wide right. Ball is out of bounds. Last touched by the Zags.
A little 1-2-2 zone. I would be surprised if San Francisco goes to that with no inside presence. You kind of got to play 5 out, which is not ideal at high level college basketball. Easy to match up with. You just space out with your zone.
Houston Massich has checked into the game. Name sounds familiar. He was at Portland the last 2 years. Started his career at Hofstra, then played at Maine. A couple of 6 20-point games for the Pilots last year. Playing for the Dons now, where he's averaging 5.5 a contest. Massich with the ball in front of the GU bench. Gets a screen from Wong. Gives it up top of the key, and we've got a shot clock violation. Guillermo Diaz-Graham, the transfer from Pittsburgh, who just checked in, caught the ball at the top of the key. Not aware that the shot clock was winding down and didn't get off a shot. Now we have our first timeout of the night. 15:42 to play first half. Our score, Gonzaga 6, San Francisco 0. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
Marsh McLennan Agency is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Sports. When it comes to insurance, how hard does your team really work for you? At Marsh McLennan Agency, we do the shopping for the right insurance carrier, ensuring you get the right coverage tailored to your needs. Our local experts are dedicated to providing personalized service backed by the resources of Marsh, the global leader in insurance. Visit MMANorthwest.com and get started on finding a better insurance coverage for you. Go Zags!
Not to brag or anything, but Arby's new $7.99 meat and 3 box is kind of a big deal. The other guys give you just one side. We give you 3 sides. Not to brag. You get a meaty sandwich, curly fries, mott sticks, a sweet treat, and a drink. All for just $7.99. It's more meal for your money. More meal for your money. More meal for your money. Where'd that come from?
Arby's, we have the meats.
At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Living a healthy, happy life is built on a foundation of good habits, wholesome foods, plenty of sleep, regular exercise, and for women, a breast cancer risk assessment by age 25, and annual screening mammograms beginning at 40. Our convenient Spokane area locations make scheduling your mammogram easy. Schedule your exam today. Call 509-455-4455 or visit www.inlandimaging.com/appointments.
Nothing is crazier than the kennel.
Oh my goodness! The one-handed dunk for tied at 63! What a play by the Bulldogs!
Let's go back courtside. Here's the voice of Gonzaga basketball, Tom Hudson.
Tom Hudson, Adam Morse with you here at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Wonderful to see a packed student section here after we played 3 games at home over Christmas break, and then they're louder today than they were against Pepperdine. Mo, why don't I just leave it at that?
Yeah, they're a little bit more enthused. I think being the weekend might help that.
Yeah. Yeah, Saturday, 5 o'clock tip here. Again, the Bulldogs have one more game as part of this 3-game homestand. We'll host St. Mary's a week from tonight. The Bulldogs' second bye week of the season coming here at the end of January. And we've got St. Mary's in town next Saturday. Mario St. Superior is going to check in for the Zags. First time he's taken the floor. Mario averaging 8.5 points, 4 assists per game. He's played well of late. He had that little lull, but he's playing well. The Zags' leading 3-point shooter. About 46% from behind the 3-point line. He'll bring the Zags into the front court with the dribble. Over to Miller. Now Innocente. Fogle has a 3-point line. Drives, spins, can't get up a shot. Kicks it out left side to Innocente. Now Worley at the top of the key. Jalen dribbles to his right, hands it off to Fogle to the free throw line with the dribble, keeps it alive, spins back on Graham Diaz, looks down low for Worley, cutting. Worley can't finish with a left-handed reverse. Beasley met at half court by Innocente. Zags lead 6-0. Bounce to Masic. Masic hands it back to Beasley. Skip left side. Diaz Graham gives it up. A 3 is on the way and nowhere close for Wong. Rebound St. Superior. Outlet Fogle up the right sideline into the offensive end. Diaz Graham defends him. Davis step back 3 over the 7-footer off the mark. Rebound goes to Riley. Outlet Beasley. Into the front court with the dribble. Gives it up to Wong. 3-point line right side. Looks down low. Diaz Graham with it. His twin brother plays at Oregon State. He knocked down 4 threes in the win over the Cougs the other night. 7-footer will shoot a lot of threes. We've got an offensive foul. Diaz Graham whistled for the personal, locking St. Superior to the ground. You got a couple of Spaniards running into one another, and the foul is called on Diaz Graham. Started his career at Pittsburgh, where he played in almost 100 games. Tyon Grant Foster checks in for the first time, as does Steele Venters. So it's St. Superior, Fogle, Venters, Grant Foster, and Worley for the Bulldogs. Mario, one-handed pass in the front court to Worley. Faces up on the defender at the 3-point line. Dribbling to his left. Gets it away to Grant Foster. Tyon, left-handed dribble out top. Short pass away to St. Superior. Mario, little crossover dribble. Gets underneath the basket. Spins back. Can't get up a shot. Bounces to Worley. Top of the key for Venters. 4 seconds shoot. Steele dribbles to the right side. Gives it up to St. Superior, who shoots a 3. Comes up short, long rebound. Chased down by Fogle. Fogle drives with it. Gets into the paint, lays it up, and in. Zags lead at 8-0. San Francisco still scoreless 6 minutes into the ball game.
The best part about that play is you see him tip that offensive rebound to himself around 2 San Francisco players' athletic play.
Mookie Cook is checked in. He's been out for quite some time with an injury. The 3 from Riley is off the mark. Worley secures the rebound for Gonzaga. He's into the front court, little crossover dribble, leaves it for Fogle. Fogle hangs and hits. Back-to-back buckets for the freshman Davis Fogle, and a 10-0 lead for Gonzaga with 13:31 to play in the first half.
Terrific sequence from Fogle. I mentioned the offensive rebound. Then he runs to the floor, gets into a cutting position. Worley gets caught in the air, but finds his teammate. Beautiful finish from Fogle.
30-second timeout called by USF. Well, visit Spokane, home of the Gonzaga Bulldogs. This busy city along the roaring Spokane River Gorge has it all. Culinary, beer, wine, entertainment, and outdoor adventure. Whether you already live in the area or you're looking for a vacation, start planning adventures. Now go to visitspokane.com. Live like a Zag. And the Bulldogs 5 out of 10 from the field. They've missed all 4 of their 3-point attempts. Meanwhile, USF is 0 for 6 and 0 for 4 from behind the 3-point line. Gonzaga 8 rebounds to 4 for the Dons. It'll be Cook, Beasley, Diaz Graham, Masic, and Riley on the floor for USF. Same 5 out there for the Bulldogs as Beasley brings the ball across the timeline. Gives it up to Cook. Oregon transfer, passes to Masic. Now up top for Diaz Graham. Spins on Worley, gets into the paint, passes back out for a 3. It's on the way for Cook. Off the back iron, ball is tipped. Diaz Graham controlled it briefly, knocked away from him into the hands of Beasley. Out to Masic, fakes the 3. Penetrates, little runner, comes up short. Fight for the rebound. Worley comes away with it, and the officials are going to make a foul call on the Zags. Steele Venters whistled for the personal. He does not like it, nor do the fans.
Cleared out Diaz Graham on the rebound attempt. I think I'm going to agree with him here. Let's see. Yep, push in the back. Kind of weak, but it's legal. For the ref to call is what I'm saying.
Beasley will inbound on the baseline, near side of the floor. Zags lead 10-0. Nearly 7 minutes gone by here at the Kennel. Inbound is knocked away by Grant Foster. It's out of bounds. Last touch by the Dons. Diaz-Graham, they're trying to get it into the 7-footer. Grant Foster disrupted the pass, and the Dons last to touch.
USF is just really struggling with our athletic ability on the perimeter. Defensively, it's a great start for the Zags.
Vogel has it. He scored the last 4 Gonzaga points. Dribbles to the right side of the floor. Defended by Cook. Drives. Leaves it for Worley. Cutting baseline. Goes up for the shot. A late whistle and a foul is going to go against USF. Looks like Mookie Cook, who's whistled for the personal foul. Again, he missed the last 7 games. He has scored it pretty well for them. He's averaging 10 points a contest, but just coming back from the injury. Here's Jalen Worley. First free throw is good. Jalen makes them both. That free throw percentage continues to rise. Is up to 64%. 12-0 Gonzaga on top. Masic into the front court with a dribble. Met by Venters. Pass deflected by Steele. Still gets through to Cook. Cook finds a wide open Riley, the lefty 3 from the corner in front of the GU bench. Finally gets the Dons on the board. It's 12-3 at the 12:35 mark. Vogel, one-handed pass, 3-point line, right side Worley. One dribble, sideline pass for St. Superior. Mario looking down low. Instead to Grant Foster. Can't get around Riley. Hands it off instead on the sideline to Vogel. Vogel to Grant Foster. Tyon, a little jab step. Dribbling. Has it knocked away by Cook, who is also going to be whistled for the personal foul.
Bad offensive possession. Got bailed out there a little bit. We got stuck in the left side. Vogel and Tyon kind of playing ring around the rosy of the 45. Extended and just didn't get anything going. Got lucky that San Francisco committed a foul.
That's number 2 on Cook. Zags hit 20 seconds on the shot clock. There's Worley faking the pass, driving and finishing. A lot of contact, but good for him to finish through. 14-3 Gonzaga.
That could have been a block on the perimeter. I'd actually like not calling that. They recognized the advantage. Good play from Worley.
Cook has it on the right side, trying to get free of Grant Foster. Can't, instead passes it away. Abosi, who's checked in for the first time, had it briefly. Gives it up to Beasley. The point guard back to Abosi. Fakes the 3, dribbles to his left. Can't get it up over Worley. Great job defensively. Kick out to Beasley. 6 seconds to shoot. Driving to his left. Now back to his right. Leans in, bounces it, and it's stolen away. St. Superior with the steal this time. Quickly into the front court. Gives it up right side. Grant Foster on the break. Pulls up, fires a 3. Wouldn't go down. Veneman Abosi with the rebound. Hands it off to Masic. Masic driving. Venters body bumps him and is whistled for a second person. 11:18 to play in our game's first half. Gonzaga 14, San Francisco 3. We're back after this timeout. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Booking.com has stays for absolutely anyone. Imagine you're a musical-obsessed couple. You book a dazzling hotel in the Big Apple, 5 stars, with a balcony for your big solo. If Broadway buffs can find their perfect stay, anyone can. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
It's time to do life simpler and enjoy a more connected home with help from the Home Depot. With smart video doorbells and connected door locks, check to see who's at your door right from your phone, so you can take control, stay connected, and feel safe knowing your home is secure wherever you are. Find all the products you need to do life smarter at our everyday low prices. Smart homes start here. The Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Binge listen this and all your artist stations, plus any song from our library of millions of songs, all ad-free. Get your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access. You'll love it. Don't be basic, be extra. Start your free 30-day trial of iHeartRadio All Access now.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
We're back on the broadcast here. Gonzaga 14, San Francisco 3, 11 minutes, 18 seconds to play at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Second game of a 3-game homestand. Mo, it's been nice being in the state of Washington all month. We had 3 at home and then went to Pullman, went to Seattle, and Pep on Wednesday, this one tonight, and then St. Mary's next Saturday. Good to be home.
Absolutely. It's not fun waking up when it's 24 out, but
yeah, right.
We don't see much snow on the ground, but it's a nice little homestand. It's nice to have the students back. That goes without saying, but it's deader than a doornail sometimes in here when they're not here, and that's not a knock on the fans that come in. They just can't recreate the energy. I get it. I'm 41. I can't do anything when it's 18, 19, 20 years old, but it's nice to have the excitement back, and if you can see it moving, to the players' confidence and whatnot. And what a terrific start defensively for us. 1 for 9, and that's not just their missing wide open shots. Those have been contested shots throughout the start of this game. So Gonzaga off to a terrific start in that regard.
We return to action after the second foul called on Steel Ventures. He'll head to the bench. Ace Miller back on the floor, and San Francisco will inbound on the baseline. Mosic to inbound, the former Portland Pilot. Lobs it in. San Francisco represented by 9 different countries on their roster. Mosic, dribbling out top. He's from Serbia. Gives it up to Abosi, who gets Miller in the air and then draws the foul. And Abosi, whose home country is Greece, will step to the free throw line where he's 68% on the season. Abosi off the bench for San Francisco. A step to the line. 14-3, Zags lead it nearly 9 minutes in. Abosi taking his time. First one is off the mark. Abosi ready for number 2. Big deep breath. Couple of 3 dribbles, and now barely gets that one to go. The first free throw made in 4 attempts for San Francisco. Abosi makes it 14-4, Zags. St. Spirian in the front court, being hounded out top by Abosi. Gets to the right wing with a dribble, little one-hander up, and no good. Dejana back in the game, couldn't secure the rebound. Here's Riley the other way, little Euro step, shot up, wouldn't go. Izzo secures the rebound for GU. Outlet, St. Superior now to Fogle up the right sideline in front of the Kennel Club. Back out to St. Superior. He's actually going to set up the offense. Mario dribbles to his right, gives it up to Fogle. Fogle dribbling on the right side now. Switches to the left hand, gets to the wing, can't get up a shot, flips it out to Grant Foster. 8 seconds to shoot. Tyon going to work on Mosic, spins and throws up an air ball. Great move, but didn't know where he was.
$1 million move, 10-cent finish.
Yep. Here's Abosi, fakes the 3, gets Fogle in the air, drives, kicks right side. Smiley's wide open, and his 3 is good. The freshman knocks it down. It's 14-7. Legend Smiley. Love that name. Great names out here. Fogle between the circles. Left side, St. Superior. Defended by Abosi. Bounces it out top of the key for Izzo. Now right side, Miller. Miller picks up his dribble to Fogle, top of the key. Fakes the pass, gets around to Abosi, who pushes him, and then the shot is rejected. Fuchs waiting for Fogle and just swatted the shot away. Mosic into the front court, throws the alley-oop, and it's off the mark. Zags have numbers if they hurry. 5-on-4. St. Spirian in the front court, gives it to right side, Grant Foster. Drives, gets into the paint. He's hit. He finishes off the glass and will step to the free throw line.
Good job of getting the outlet in transition, throwing it ahead and attacking when San Francisco's defense was not set. That's a great, strong, simple take from Grant Foster to get that and one opportunity. Hard rip through, going to his right on the right-hand side. Source of contact, uses the board.
Smiley whistled for his first. Grant Foster, 64% of the season steps to the line. Ion, his first bucket of the night. Free throw rims out. Score remains 16-7. Zags on top. Braden Smith back on the floor. Jalen Worley also returns for the Bulldogs. Smith defends Beasley just inside a half court with the dribble. Gets a screen from Wong, who's back out there for San Francisco. Pass right side, Smiley gives it up. Hooks, fakes the handoff, driving on Izzo. Shot up, wouldn't go down. He looked for a foul, didn't get it. Instead, it's a rebound to Smith. Into the front court, left side pass, Grant Foster. Drives with the left, gets all the way to the rim. Lays it in with two hands. The lead back into double figures. It's 18-7. Masic into the front court with it. Hands it off to Fuchs. Brooks has it stripped away and stolen. Grant Foster on the run. Tyom throws it down. Zags have their biggest lead. It's 20-7.
Good sequence from Grant Foster. He gets an and one opportunity. Then he has a hard rip through on the left side this time. The previous possession, then comes down and just strips. Takes his money. Goes down and gets a dump. That's a nice 6-0 run on him. Gonzaga up by 13.
Another timeout called by San Francisco, second of the first half. Was a 1-for-9 start for USF. They knocked down a three, got a free throw, and were able to cut the lead in half. But as Noel mentioned, 6 straight points for the Bulldogs in less than a minute. And forces Chris Gerlofson to call his second timeout of the first half. And Gonzaga trying to remain the lone undefeated team in West Coast Conference play. 13-point lead here, 8:44 to play in our game's first half. Second timeout called by the Dons. Chris Gerlofson trying to get them going. Still out on the floor. The official wants to start the game, but coach, a little extra encouragement down there.
What do you think he said? Come on, guys, make a shot.
Yeah, right. I was reading his lips a little. Yes, some of that. There's a pass left side for a three. It's no good. Masic with the miss. Rebound goes to Braden Smith, who digs out another one. Smallest guy on the floor for GU into the front court. The dribble gives it up to Worley in the far corner for Grant Foster. Screen from DeJana. Tyon tries to drive, lost the handle, got it back, has to kick it out to Smith. Smith off the DeJana screen, dribbling to his right. Passes to DeJana on the pick and roll. He misses with the left hand, and it's the Dons come away with it. Masic into the front court free throw line. Bulldogs dare him to shoot it, and he does. He makes it. 8 minutes to play first half. Gonzaga's lead is 11.
DeJana right there, if we're going to describe it right. I mean, got to finish that.
Smith bounces right side. Worley back out top to Smith. Smith dribbling to his left. Short pass to DeJana at the three-point line. Dribbles it once, hands it off to Miller. Sets a screen. Ace fires it. Rims out. Rebound to Bosey. Hands it off to Beasley. Dons into the front court, trailing by 11. Beasley gives it up left side. Wong. He'll shoot a three, and that one is good. I mentioned he made 4 in the win over Washington State. And knocks that one down. Barry Wong cuts the Bulldogs lead to 20-12. Grant Foster driving with the left hand. Gets into the paint. Off balance. Throws it in. Grant Foster has scored the last 8 Gonzaga points, and the lead's back to double digits. Beasley dribbling with the left hand on the far side of the floor. Step back three is good over Izzo.
DeJana's had a rough stretch here. He's probably going to come out. The pick and roll coverages. San Francisco's recognized him, gone at him twice. Wong hits a three, and then he gets switched out on, is that Bailey? Yep. So he's probably not going to be in the game after this timeout.
Timeout called by the Zags extends into our full timeout with 7:01 to play in the first half. Gonzaga 22, San Francisco 15. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Papa Murphy's, we hand make delicious pizza from scratch every day so that you can bake it to perfection in your oven just the way you like it. Introducing Stuffed Mondays. Every Monday, get any large stuffed pizza for only $16.99. That's over 4 pounds of pizza, fresh from your oven. Enough to feed the whole family. Papa Murphy's Stuffed Mondays. They make great pizza so you can make the pizza great. Offer available in store only. Call ahead to order.
At Western National Insurance, we're passionate about the power of nice. That's because nice isn't just a word. It's our way of doing business. It's about surpassing expectations, bringing kindness and decency to our work, and providing a helping hand when you need it most. And we've been putting nice first for more than a century. Find out just how powerful nice can be. Contact your independent insurance agent today and ask for Western National.
Zags basketball lives here on the Gonzaga Sports Network from Learfield. Let's go back courtside. Now, alongside first-team All-American Adam Morrison, here's the voice of Gonzaga basketball, Tom Hudson.
Back at the Kettle. Gonzaga leading 22-15. Well, Bud Light is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. San Francisco got off to a dismal start shooting the basketball. They were 1 out of 6 shooting threes, but they made 3 of their last 4.
Yeah.
And just like that, for as much as it feels like the Zags have dominated this thing, it's a 7-point ball game.
Just going to say it's a great point. If you look at their stat line, what are they? 5 of 16. They're only down 7. They've played not fluid at all defense or offensively. So if you're a San Francisco Dawn fan, you're lucky you're in this game right now.
Grant Foster, 3-point line left side as we return to action. Short pass out to Worley, to Fogle, who's checked back in. Davis with 4 points, away to Miller. Miller dribbles to the left wing. Pestered by Beasley a little bit. Pass away to Smith. Smith gets a screen from Worley. Left side for Ace Miller. Fakes left, drives right, denied. Back out to Smith. 7 seconds to shoot. Braden defended on the perimeter by Riley. Throws it up from 14 with one hand and in. Boy, the runner for Smith. He knocks it down. 9-point Gonzaga lead.
Tough shot. Really, really good defense from San Francisco.
Wow. Posey back to the basket, 3-point line. One dribble underhand flip to Beasley on the right side. Beasley bounces for Wong, high post right side. Double team comes, picks up his dribble. Pass in the paint, Riley, the lefty, comes up short. Worley rebounds. Jalen brings up the floor himself. Long pass in the front court is for Grant Foster. Gets into the paint. His shot is rejected, but a whistle and a foul against USF. It's Posey who was there to commit the personal.
Transition offense has been absolutely terrific for Gonzaga. It's not just getting 2-on-1s, and it's hard to do in 3-on-2s. It's just throwing it ahead, getting your outlets by the coach's box, throwing it ahead, and then attacking when the defense is not set. It makes teams wary of going for the offensive glass on their side. Grant Foster misses the first of 2. But it kind of kept us in the game. Obviously, we're leading, but it's kept us. Our numbers offensively are so much better when we just pitch it ahead and rip and go.
Tyon 0 for 3 at the line. Fogle kept that offensive rebound possibility alive, but San Francisco finally able to secure it. Guys' lead is still 9. The Bulldogs made 5 of their last 7 field goal attempts. Beasley gets a screen from Diaz-Graham, who's checked back in. Doesn't do anything with it. Now defended by Fogle. Pass over to Wong. Big man dribbles out top. Fakes the handoff. I'm trying to back Worley down. Barrels into the paint. Stripped away by Worley. Smith comes away with the basketball. 3-on-2. Great in the front court. Gives it up right side for St. Superi, where they missed Fogle wide open on this left side. Away to Worley. Now for St. Superi. Little hesitation. Dribble gets into the paint. Bumped off. Balanced by the 250-pound Barry Wong, and he'll hit the free throw line.
I'm chuckling because I thought this previous possession, Worley fouled Wong, and so a bunch of good stuff for saying. Is that how you say his name?
Gurlifson.
I don't know why I keep saying that. I should learn it. Gurlifson, he's a good coach. We go down and St. Superi gets tapped and he's going to the line, so it's nice to be home.
Mario makes his first free throw.
Gurlifson. Okay. to say the San Francisco bench. Nobody knows.
There you go. We'll give away all the secrets.
Exactly. I know, exactly.
Lead back to double digits, 26-15 as Mario makes both of his free throws. Wong checks out. Cook is back in with his 2 personal fouls. Transfer from Oregon. He'll inbound to Beasley. Smith waits for him as he brings it across half court. Pass to Cook. Out top. Diaz-Graham now. Picks up his dribble, hands it off to Beasley. He'll fire a 3, rattles around and drops. Beasley yapping a little bit at the GU bench. He heads the other way, 26-18. 5 minutes to play first half. Smith pass away to St. Superior. Both point guards on the floor. Mario is going to shoot a deep one, barely draws iron. And San Francisco gets long rebounds. Beasley brings up the floor. Grant Foster going to try to slow him down. Beasley, right side pass, Smiley. The freshman shoots another 3. That will not go down, but a foul call. The official is going to say that he wouldn't allow him to land. My goodness, this is the new official. We told you there are 2 veterans and a guy we haven't seen. We're going to get a look at the replay.
Man, that's a fly-by closeout.
Yeah.
That's a really bad call, in my opinion. Now, to be fair, we talk about the being able to land, but Braden Smith didn't intentionally move. It was a natural jumping position. So there's times when guys stick their leg out and you can see it. And so Coach Few's giving him an earful and he's saying, Gurlifson is on you, and that's why he got the call. And the guy smiled and walked away.
The officials telling Coach Hughes got to have space to land, but he had plenty of space to land. It's not even,
he just said, I'm going to protect your shooters the same way. Okay, that's the best answer you can get. If you can say, I'll call it the exact same way on the other end.
5-point game, Gonzaga on top. GU opened, scoring the first 12 points. 4.5 to play first half. Worley across half court. Gives it up left side. Grant Foster wide open. Drives into the paint. Spins. Gets up a shot. Wouldn't go down. Ball batted around. Cook comes away with it. He's on the run into the front court. Throws the alley-oop. Almost out of bounds, but they're able to save it to Beasley. Poked away by Grant Foster, but a whistle and a foul is going to go against Tyon. Boy, so much energy in this building early. It's gone a little bit quiet. Sometimes that happens. You get off that great start and everybody's going bonkers, and then you look up and you still have 38 minutes to play.
Yeah, still got a lot of basketball left. San Francisco's done a good job switching defenses, going to that 1-2-2 zone, and then now they kind of junked it up and played off of Grant Foster on that last drive.
Here's a bounce intended for Diaz-Graham. It's knocked out away by Braden Smith. Smith is asking for a potential review. I don't think that's going to happen. Nope. The bench looking over at him, they looked at the video, said no. That inbound is stolen by Davis Fogel. He's slowed down by Cook, so Bulldogs can't get out on the fast break. Davis gets the ball to the front court to Worley on the turnover. Jalen, left wing, hands it off to Smith. One-hander out to Fogel. Fogel going to work on Cook. Spins into the paint. Little 12-footer comes up short. Long rebound is chased down by St. Superior here, and Worley almost ran into each other. Zags get another crack at it. Smith to Worley, top of the key. Jalen one dribble, handoff to Fogel. Fogel between the circles for Worley again. And Inocente back on the floor. He has it now. Over to Fogel. 5 seconds to shoot. Davis glances up. Dribbling with the left. Fires the 3. It comes up short. Rebound chased down by Smith. He'll drive. Takes it into the paint. Spins around. Couldn't get the finish. Fogel grabs the offensive rebound, and he is going to be fouled. Boy, fantastic effort from the Zags. Nothing to show for it on the scoreboard, but the foul is going to go against USF. It'll be on the ground, so it'll be Gonzaga ball when we come back. 3.5 minutes to play first half. Zags 26, Dons 21. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Booking.com has stays for absolutely anyone. For instance, imagine you're a vampire thirsting for a lively hotel. You'll find a Vegas resort near some great nightlife. Perfect. You may be undead, but you're the life of the party. And if the forecast calls for sun, at least there's free cancellation on most stays, so you can wait for the perfect weather. Wow, gorgeous. If a vampire can find their perfect stay, anyone can. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com, yeah.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh,
Where'd you get your windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like payroll manager.
Hi, my last paycheck was all in Icelandic krona.
You are welcome.
Welcome?
Given the exchange rate between the dollar and the krona, you're technically a millionaire now. Don't spend it all in one place.
I can't really spend it anywhere.
There's always Iceland.
This is the job for sponsored jobs. This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Gonzaga continues to lead, but a 6-0 run for USF over the last 90 seconds has the Duns right back in at 26-21 is our score. Gonzaga basketball is sponsored by Pacific Source with health coverage for individuals, families, employers, and Medicare eligibles. Pacific Source is the local health plan that does what's right, not just what's required. Mo, that 6-0 run, but when you look at the Bulldogs here offensively, it's gone cold. 0 for the last 5. Bulldogs haven't scored from the field in about 3 minutes.
Yeah, we've tried to run all our perimeter stuff, and rightfully so. It's kind of what we got, but San Francisco's done a good job. They've kind of just switched everything, like all of what we've done on our side of the ball the last 2 games. So it's really staggered us offensively. We're not getting the angles and the advantages that you normally get when you have a big out there. So guys, they're going to have to, kind of make plays themselves. But again, we talked about it. Look at the three-point shooting, 0 for 8. Guys got to make shots. It sounds critical, but it's at this level. You're not going to get wide opens. You're not going to get, where you can, lick your finger and test the wind and ask your caddy what yardage you get. You got to step up and knock it down. And for the most part, we've gotten some pretty good looks. It's a make or miss league, man. It's such a true statement in basketball. Everybody does the analytic stuff. Oh, I can run all this offense. If the ball doesn't go in the cup when you shoot, it don't matter what you run.
Fogle at the free throw line. So that foul was the 7th committed by the Dons, and Davis makes his first free throw. Fogle 83% at the free throw line this season.
Shirt tail.
Yeah. Official telling Davis to tuck his shirt in right as he got the ball to shoot the free throw. And it'll reset. Second one on the way. Wouldn't go down. Cook has the rebound.
If that was an NBA player, he would chew that ref out.
Wow. Beasley into the front court. Zags lead by 6. Wong sets a big screen for Beasley. Dribbling to his right. Now defended by Worley on the switch. Over to Wong again. Short pass to Cook in front of the Kennel Club. Cook picks up the dribble. Left sideline pass. Riley drives on the baseline. Forces one. Comes up short. Rebound secured by Worley. Jalen pass the front court to Fogle on the left side. Back to Worley at the top of the key. Jalen, a little crossover. Drives. Spins. Kicks it out to St. Superi. Fakes the three-pointer. Pass out to Worley. Back to Mario. Dribbling on the left side now. Cook defends him. Hand off to Fogle. Fogle, top of the key pass for Worley. Worley, a little one-hander, is up and in over Wong. Wong dared him, and Jalen made him pay.
I've seen him make that shot all season long. That's a tough little 12-footer.
8-point lead for the Zags. Beasley fires a pass. They look down low on a little pass to Cook, who had it stripped away and stolen. Fogle in the front court. Innocente with Beasley to beat. Leans in. Shot wouldn't go, but there's Fogle trailing the play, putting it in, and the lead is back to double digits.
I thought there was a foul on Innocente, but good job by Fogle to follow that up, not quit on the play.
Cook out top with the dribble. Going to work, stripped away by Smith, but a whistle and a foul. Well, you could see Braden just setting that up, Mo, from our angle. He wanted to go and strip that thing.
Thought he got all leather, in my opinion, or more leather than skin, but they disagree with my assessment.
The 17th foul on the Bulldogs will send Cook to the free throw line. 67% on the year. Tyne Grant Foster is checked in as that free throw is on that. Cook, the Oregon transfer, goes 1 out of 2. Wong flies in, tries to grab the offensive rebound and loses it out of bounds. 31-22. Boy, Mo, he's all of 6'9", 250.
Mm-hmm.
In some ways, the way he's built, not quite as big as JP, but kind of that body.
Yeah, you're right. Strong kid. He's a good player, too. You mentioned the 4 threes he had. San Francisco.
St. Superior dribbles to his right off the whirly screen, bounces to Jalen, who faces up. Mosic, who's checked back in. Beautiful no-look, cutting down the baseline and immediately fouled is Grant Foster. Like Riley got a piece of him. Tion's going to step to the free throw line. Front end of a 1-and-1, I believe. Official stepping in, telling everybody to tuck their shirts in. A lot of guys, shirt tails out. Front end for Tyon, rattles around and barely drops his first make of the night. Tyon goes 1 of 2. 32-22, Zags on top. There's 1 out of 5 at the line for Grant Foster here this evening. Here's a drive by Mosic, and we're going to get a little body bump call on Worley. And that's going to bring free throws. Coach Few trying to tell Jalen, hey, we don't need that foul when they're in the bonus.
Especially when they've struggled mightily offensively. 6 of 19. 1 2-point make. That's crazy for San Francisco. 5 for 11 for 3. Wow.
Mosic 71%.
And it was Mosic's free throw line jumper, wasn't it? That was it.
Yep, that's right. Yeah. Beasley going to check back in. Got a quick breather. Takes the place of Smiley on the floor. Mosic, a 6th-year player. Comes up short on that one. Tip for Riley, no good. Ball stays alive, and Mosic tips it in. 32-25 is the score. San Francisco a couple times been able to keep those misses alive at the free throw line. Grant Foster out top with it. Tyon hands it off to Worley. Now St. Superior dribbling out top. No look pass over the top. Worley catches and lays it in. Beautiful look from Mario. Zags lead us back to 9.
He looked off the help side defense with his eyes there. That was a beautiful play from St. Superior.
1 minute to play in the first half. Zags lead is 9. They've been ahead by as many as 13. Beasley waving off his teammates. Gives it up to Wong. Now left sideline pass. Riley has it over there for Abosi, who's returned. Now Mosic back to Abosi out top. Dribbling with the left hand. Underhand flip in the corner. A 3 is on the way and off the mark. Wong with the miss. Rebound Inocente. Inocente to St. Superior. Now Worley back to Mario. Mario penetrates in the right wing. Little floater is up and in. Mario with the finish. Back-to-back Gonzaga buckets. It's a 36-25 lead. Shot clock is off. Dons will hold for a final shot here. 20 seconds left in the first half. Zags have led for the entire 20 minutes. Beasley dribbles it down. Clock hits 10. Gets a screen from Wong. Passes back Mosic right side. Mosic penetrates to the left hand. Shot is challenged. It's off the mark. Wong can't control the miss. It's out of bounds. Gonzaga's going to have the ball with 2 seconds left.
Let's see if we got a home run play here. Do we ever use it or lose it? Timeout?
No, coach called it, remember, after they made those couple of threes. Worley will inbound, passes it in to Fogle. Fogle glances up, gets to half court, lets it fly, and just misses. They hit the front rim. Pretty good 20 minutes of basketball for the Zags here as they lead at 36-25, headed to the locker room. We'll take a quick break. Halftime show coming your way. We've got some halftime highlights, a scoreboard, or stats coming your way as well. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Look, I'm not going to tell you you have to have a Camus Rewards card when you come to Northern Quest. You don't. You don't have to earn points on every dollar you spend here or enjoy prize entries, dining discounts, pre-sale concert tickets, and so on. Heck, you don't even have to receive free cash money for doing what you already do here. After all, free country, right? Camus Rewards for all the ways you play.
Progressive presents the Passionate Sports Fan Checklist. Signed jersey of your favorite bench warmer? Check. 14 bobbleheads that look nothing like the players they're emulating? Check. Twin TVs so you can watch the game on 2 different networks simultaneously? Check. Life-size wall sticker of your favorite player that routinely freaks you out at night? Check. A second life-size wall sticker, so after the first one freaks you out, you see the second and you're like, oh right, the wall stickers. Check and mate. Bundle your renters and auto insurance with Progressive and save on protection for the things on your checklist. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers not available in all states or situations covered subject to policy terms.
Support Gonzaga basketball through NIL. Zags Collective is the leading NIL collective supporting Zags student athletes through name, image, and likeness. Zags Collective creates opportunities for student athletes to engage with the community and grow their brand. Plus, you get access to autograph sessions, exclusive events, and more. Become a member today. Go to ZagsNILCollective.com and get started.
On the Gonzaga Sports Network from Learfield, welcome to the Numerica Credit Union Halftime Show. Numerica Credit Union, life moves, live well. Federally insured by NCUA. We'll bring you stats and analysis from the first 20 minutes, as well as a look at scores from around the nation. Let's go back to the network studios. Here's Luke Hallett.
36-25, Gonzaga has the lead over San Francisco at the halftime rest. But we take a listen to some of the highlights from our opening stanza of play. How about Tyon Grant Foster getting the hoop and the harm to put Gonzaga up 16-7 early stages in this game.
Saints Perry in the front court, gives it to the right side. Grant Foster drives, gets into the paint. He's hit. He finishes off the glass and will step to the free throw line.
Good job of getting the outlet in transition, throwing it ahead and attacking when San Francisco's defense was not set. That's a great, strong, simple take.
Zags stake themselves to a near 12-0 lead over San Francisco. And we're out to taking that big advantage, and we're unrelenting since then. Tyon Grant Foster, he had another great play, steal on the dunk, making it the lead of a baker's dozen for Gonzaga.
Brooks has it stripped away and stolen. Grant Foster on the run. Tyon throws it down. Zags have their biggest lead. It's 20-7.
Good sequence from Grant Foster. He gets an and one opportunity. Then he has a hard rip through on the left side this time. The previous possession that comes down and just strips.
Offense would keep coming for Gonzaga. How about Jalen Worley? 29-21 lead for Gonzaga. Worley with 10 points in that first half, 3 boards, and assist. He gets the basket, stretching the lead to 8.
And off to Vogel. Vogel, top of the key pass for Worley. Worley, little one-hander, is up and in over Wong. Wong dared him, and Jalen made him pay.
I've seen him make that shot all season long. It's a tough little 12-footer.
Add it all up, 36-25 lead for Gonzaga over San Francisco. Now we send it to a commercial timeout as our halftime coverage rolls on in a moment. This is Gonzaga basketball from Learfield.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The season is heating up, and ICCU is proud to be a sponsor of Gonzaga University Athletics. From tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first game to March's biggest moments, we're cheering on the Zags and supporting fans every step of the way. With powerful digital tools, local service, and a commitment to community, ICCU is your financial partner, on and off the court. ICCU, looking after your daily balance. Let's go, Zags!
Not to brag or anything, but Arby's new $7.99 meat and 3 box is kind of a big deal. The other guys give you just one side. We give you 3 sides. Not to brag. You get a meaty sandwich, curly fries, mott sticks, a sweet treat, and a drink. All for just $7.99. It's more meal for your money. More meal for your money. More meal for your money. Where'd that come from?
Arby's, we have the meats. At participating Arby's for a limited time. Time for a check of the scores around the WCC and around the nation. Let's go to the network studios.
Gonzaga leading San Francisco by 11 at halftime, 36-25. Luke Hallett again with you inside the Learfield Network studios. We look around the WCC as well as college basketball. 2 games have gone final in conference. Washington State They pick up the win over Pepperdine, 95-79. Cougs led by 20 points in the first half. It was just a 2-possession ball game in the second half, but Washington State pulling away to win by 16 over the Waves. Pacific squeaked past Seattle U today, 56-54, despite a 15-point halftime advantage. Tigers hold on to their 5th win in conference. Other game that's at halftime right now, St. Mary's leading by just 4 over Portland on the road, 38-34. The St. Mary's Gales 7-1 on the season in the WCC. Mikey Lewis so far with 10 points in that opening half. 6:30 tip-off for Santa Clara and San Diego. The Broncos 7-1 in the WCC as well, tied with St. Mary's for second in the WCC. 2 games in progress in the top 25 outside of our contest. 19th ranked Kansas, the 2-point lead over Kansas State, 37-35. Jayhawks are without star freshman Darren Peterson in this one. They still lead by 2 at the break. 17th ranked Alabama leads by 10 over Tennessee. 9 minutes to play in Tuscaloosa. 22-12 advantage for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Latrell Wrightsell with 11 points at the halftime break. 5th ranked Duke took on Wake Forest today. And how about the Blue Devils getting a big-time performance from Cameron Boozer?
Boozer going to try 3 up top. Good. Cameron Boozer with the top of the key threes up to 13. And the lead swells to 15 with 18:42 to go. 48-33.
David Shoemate from Learfield on the call. Boozer goes for 32, 9, and 3 steals for good measure as Duke cruises past Wake Forest 90-69. 7th ranked Nebraska. They're winners over the Minnesota Golden Gophers 76-57 on the road. This was a 2-possession ball game late in the second half. Nebraska breaking the game open with 12-0 run. They win 76-57, and they improve to 20-0, one of 3 teams nationally that has 20-0 record, joining the top-ranked Arizona Wildcats as well as Miami, Ohio, the Redhawks of the MAC Conference. 22nd ranked North Carolina. They trailed by as many as 16 today on the road, taking on 14th ranked Virginia, but the Tar Heels rallied in the second half.
Tar Heels up 1 with the ball. Trimble pushing the pace, gets deep, draws the foul, and gets the layup to go. Another 3-point chance for the Heels.
Jones Angel from Learfield on the call. 22nd ranked North Carolina wins by 5 on the road, 85-80 over Virginia. They pick up their 16th win of the season and hand Virginia their 3rd loss on the campaign. Top-ranked Arizona, as mentioned, improved to 20-0 with an 88-53 demolition of West Virginia. They improved to 7-0 in the Big 12. They're just the 3rd team in Big 12 history to start 20-0, joining the Kansas Jayhawks, who have done it twice. 12th ranked Texas Tech, they were able to overcome a massive performance from star Houston freshman Kingston Flemings in a 90-86 win. Flemings went for 42 points and 6 assists in the defeat. Houston falling to 17-2 on the season. Impressive stuff from Flemings, but still not the most points scored by a freshman today. Keaton Wagler of the Illinois Fighting Illini. He dropped 46 points in West Lafayette against the 4th ranked Purdue Boilermakers in an 88-82 upset win. The Illini, the signature victory, they're 17-3 on the season with a win. Game that's also gone final recently. 20th ranked Arkansas against LSU. Tight contest, waning moments. Hogs getting a big bucket.
Patrick Evans hands him the basketball, and here we go. Into Acuff, back to Billy. 15 to shoot. Gives it away to Acuff, left side. Brazil tries a 3, and Trevin knocks it down. Brazil with the 3, and Arkansas is up by 5. 84-79, 43 seconds to go. And LSU's going to call a quick timeout.
Chuck Barrett from Learfield on the call. An 85-81 win for Arkansas today over LSU. Gonzaga leading at the halftime break, 36-25 over San Francisco. We send you back out to the kennel in just a moment. It's an 11-point lead for Gonzaga at halftime. This is Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Marsh McLennan Agency is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Sports. When it comes to insurance, how hard does your team really work for you? At Marsh McLennan Agency, we do the shopping for the right insurance carrier, ensuring you get the right coverage tailored to your needs. Our local experts are dedicated to providing personalized service backed by the resources of Marsh, the global leader in insurance. Visit MMANorthwest.com and get started on finding a better insurance coverage for you. Go Zags!
Look, I'm not going to tell you you have to have a Camus Rewards card when you come to Northern Quest. You don't. You don't have to earn points on every dollar you spend here or enjoy prize entries, dining discounts, pre-sale concert tickets, and so on. Heck, you don't even have to receive free cash money for doing what you already do here. After all, free country, right? Camus Rewards for all the ways you play.
At Papa Murphy's, we hand make delicious pizza from scratch every day so that you can bake it to perfection in your oven just the way you like it. Introducing Stuffed Mondays. Every Monday, get any large stuffed pizza for only $16.99. That's over 4 pounds of pizza, fresh from your oven. Enough to feed the whole family. Papa Murphy's Stuffed Mondays. They make great pizza so you can make the pizza great. Offer available in store only. Call ahead to order.
Welcome back to McCarthy Athletic Center. Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you at halftime. Where the Bulldogs lead 36-25 over San Francisco. The Bulldogs open a 12-point lead early. San Francisco cut it to 5, but here we are, an 11-point Gonzaga advantage. Jalen Worley just doing Jalen Worley things again, Mo. Look at that, 10 points on 4 or 5 shooting. Not necessarily spectacular. He had those couple of runners that were impressive, but just across the board, his numbers are really good.
Yeah, he's been probably the best offensive player in the stretch of games when Braden Huff went down, and then obviously Graham Ike. He's just making the most of his minutes, and kind of obviously a tough matchup. We talked about that in the WCC. Would he put it big on him? No. Smaller guard, he has the ability to kind of push him underneath the rim and get all the tip-in stuff. So he's been terrific, kind of 12 feet and in.
Tyon Grant Foster next in line and scoring for the Zags. He has 9 points. It could be more. 1 out of 5 at the free throw line for Tyon in the first half. Davis Fogel finished with 7 first-half points. Mario St. had 4. Braden Smith with 4 2-points scored by Inocente in the first 20 minutes. Steel Ventures picked up a couple of early fouls, did not get up a shot attempt. Izzo Dejana 0 for 1 from the field. The Bulldogs go 15 out of 32 from the field. They were 0 for 8 shooting threes, 6 of 11 at the free throw line. And Mo, obviously the 0 for 8 we've talked about these last couple of games. The Zags have not shot the three particularly well and off to a rough start again tonight.
Obviously 0 for 8 is abysmal. We're going to have to kind of wash that away and hopefully get some makes down the stretch here in the second half. But we're relying on our defense. 25 points is terrific against a good offensive team and a good system in San Francisco. But, man, got to put the ball in the basket.
Scoring for San Francisco, very balanced to get to their 25. Beasley had 6, Smiley with 6, Masic had 5 first-half points, Riley scored 3, Wong scored 3, and then Cook and Abosi each made a free throw. 25 points scored on 7 of 22 shooting, 5 out of 12 shooting threes for the Dons, 6 out of 11 at the free throw line. So both teams go 6 of 11 at the line. And Mo, the difference, I mean, you talked about it, was crazy until late in that first half. They had one made 2 field goal, or one made 2
2-point field goal.
2-point field goal. Thank you, Mo, for helping me out. And they made 5 from behind the 3-point line. And without that, I mean, it's big trouble.
It's big trouble. And if we really look at it, like, we should be up more than 11. If they're them, you're like, okay, we're in this basketball game, guys. If we could score the basketball, and we've done a good job defensively in that later half of that first half, San Francisco probably feels like they've kind of dodged a bullet, man. If we make shots, we extend the lead. But good job by our guys playing defense, especially in the 2-point area.
Bulldogs +1 on the glass in the first half. 4 assists, no turnovers for Gonzaga. 4 assists, 8 turnovers for San Francisco. Those 8 turnovers lead to 11 Gonzaga points. Bulldogs lead at 36-25. Second half action coming your way from the kennel next. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
A lot of
pro drivers live for race day, but for small business owners, every day is race day. That's why going pro with Lenovo Pro matters. One-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors keep your business on the right track. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. Booking.com has stays for absolutely anyone. For instance, imagine you're a family of interstellar beings traveling to expand your horizons. You find a hotel with out-of-this-world balcony views. Seeing is believing. There's room service so your kids can sample the planet's culinary data. It even has Earth's most sophisticated technology, the Slipper. So cozy. If curious aliens can find their perfect stay, anyone can. Find exactly what you're booking for. Booking.com,
Yeah. We've all been there. You hold on to a coupon but forget about it, and suddenly it's expired.
Expired in 2012. Dang it.
Fortunately, by switching to Geico, you could save about $900 on car insurance without ever touching a coupon.
It feels good to save big. It feels good to Geico.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying, just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
Back to the kennel, ready for second half action. Gonzaga, the 8th-ranked team in the country, leading 36-25 over visiting San Francisco. Mo, what do the Zags need to do to close this thing out?
Continue to play good defense. That was terrific in the first half. Make a three-pointer would help. But holding the team to 25 points, not too shabby. Hopefully we can extend this lead.
The Bulldogs lead at 36-25. Again, they scored the first 12 points of the game. Had the lead up to as many as 13 points. USF did make a run, cut it to 5, but the Bulldogs held that off and got it back up to 11 here at halftime. So Gonzaga with the lead over San Francisco with 20 minutes to play. Well, tonight's game is sponsored by Ag West Farm Credit. Ag West Farm Credit is a financial cooperative that provides financing, crop insurance, and related services to farmers and ranchers across the West. From small family businesses to large operations, Ag West brings the experience and financial know-how to help you grow your best future. Bulldogs will move left to right in the second half here against San Francisco. Again, game 2 of a 3-game homestand. We'll host St. Mary's next Saturday, and then the Bulldogs will head out on the road. Won't be really far. We'll head down to Oregon to take on Portland and then Oregon State. Well, Davis Fogel is going to start the second half for the Bulldogs, and we'll continue to see that small lineup, Mo.
Kind of like it. Why not let it rip? Izzo was not very good in the first half. We're going to be completely transparent. Missed a couple coverages on the pick and roll and led to 2 threes, and then you smoked 2 layups inside. So I kind of like the decision. You got to play with who's playing best.
Zags will have the ball to open the second half. Smith across half court, gives it up left side into Gente. Short pass to Worley out top, right side in front of the GU bench for Smith. Couple of dribbles, one-hander over to Fogel. Drives baseline, cut off there. Back to Smith. Smith takes the shot, drives, finds Worley. Worley penetrates, spins around, gets a shot up. It wouldn't go down, and the rebound is fought away. Cook takes it from Inocente. San Francisco trailing by 11. Riley's pass deflected. They were trying to throw the alley-oop, and Gonzaga comes away with a steal. Smith into the front court. Smith bounces it to Inocente, gets a couple defenders to fly by with a shot flake, and lays it in.
That's a beautiful, just simple come off the jump stop, shot fake. Good play by Inocente, smart.
Ties the Bulldogs' biggest lead of the game. It comes 50 seconds into the second half. Beasley looking for his third 3 of the game. He's got it. 38-28. Worley, top of the key, right side Fogel. Fogel dribbles to the free throw line. Pass back out to Smith. Left sideline Miller. Ace the lefty. Drives with the rest. Switch left. Switches back to the right and misses. Wong comes away with the rebound. Beasley. Out top of the dribble. Bounces for Wong. Starts to back down into Gente. Emmanuel pokes it away. Ball is off of Beasley and is going to turn over the Zags. Nice defense by Inocente.
Yeah, terrific defense. Wong tried to post him up and he stood him up on the second dribble, then poked it away. Then hustled by the San Francisco bench. Caused the turnover. Great individual defensive play.
Braden Smith gets the Bulldogs into their offense. Right side of the floor to the wing. Bounces to Worley in a little pick and roll. Worley's one-hander. The teardrop drops.
Beautiful pocket pass by Smith there. Complete that.
40-28 Gonzaga on top. 2 minutes gone by second half. Beasley bounces it to Cook, who shoots a 17-footer. It's off the mark. Ball tipped away from Wong, but right into the hands of Riley, who spins and scores. Lefty gets the putback to cut it to 10. Smith drives the other way in a hurry. Off the glass and in. He's headed to the free throw line.
The second acrobatic play he's made tonight. The first one where he shot that 15-foot runner. Shot clock going down. That time he created the contact. Good play, and then the scoop going to his right side in transition. It's a tough basket.
Nice to see his aggressiveness. He's had 7 straight games where he'd scored 8 points or less. After that stretch where he had 3 straight double-figure games, was really scoring it.
He's playing really under control this whole season, though. It's been a good fit this year.
Free throw off the mark.
Stop giving him praise. I always miss a free throw when we do.
Right. 6 points on 3 of 5 shooting. He also has 4 assists. Beasley defended by Smith. Dribbles on the left side of the floor, about 40 feet from the basket. Bounce it to a Bosey who's checked in. Right side pass. Now they look down low. Cook, power dribble, stripped away by Miller. Smith comes away with a basketball. Another San Francisco turnover. Right into the front court. Beasley slows him down. The Bulldogs will bring it back out top and set things up. Smith gets a screen from Vogel. Dribbles to his right. Now defended by Cook. Drives on him. High off the glass. It wouldn't go down. The rebound is secured by USF. Riley comes away with it. Riley had it poked away from behind by Worley. Right into the hands of Beasley, though, on the far side of the floor. Picks up his dribble. Pass in the corner. Smiley for 3. It's all net. Contested by Worley. The freshman knocks it down. 42-33, the Gonzaga advantage. Worley gets the defender in the air, Bosey, and then Bosey comes down on Jalen as he goes up for the shot. Worley's going to shoot a pair of free throws.
Hammered him.
Jalen to the free throw line. Jalen's first free throw is good. Jalen playing with his right pinky and ring finger taped up tonight. Jalen goes 1 out of 2. So Worley with the miss, lead back into double digits. But the Bulldogs leaving points at the free throw line now, 7 out of 14. Davis Vogel steals the Beasley pass. He's on the run and up high to throw it down with one hand.
Beautiful steal and just a simple entry pass for San Francisco.
Here come the fans. Riley gives it up out top. Bosey has it. Underhanded flip for Riley. Riley dribbling to his left, spins, forces, comes up short. Vogel has the rebound for GU. Pass over to Worley. He's into the front court. Riley bumps him off balance, knocked it away from Jalen. It's out of bounds. Will stay with his X. Diaz Graham is going to check in for the first time in the second half. Mosic checks in for Riley. Vogel inbounds to Innocente. Left perimeter. Pass back out to Vogel. Defended by Bosey. Dribbles to his right. Now defended by Diaz Graham. Dribbles behind his back. Little pull up from the right wing is good. Freshman feeling it. Vogel into double figures.
Good adjustment. They were getting a switch with Braden Smith. Auto switch on the pick and roll. So they gave it to Davis knowing that the Diaz was going to switch on him. An easy one-on-one situation.
Vogel with 11. Bulldogs have their biggest lead. They're up by 14. Beasley picks up his dribble. Pass away to Diaz Graham. Back to Beasley, who fires another 3 and hits it. 47-36 is the Gonzaga lead as Beasley has knocked down 4 threes tonight. Vogel going to work on Diaz Graham again. Spins into the paint. Little step back. Gives it up to Smith, who's wide open. Shoots the 3. And knocks it down. Beasley went over to double, and Smith made him pay.
Another great play there. Just running a 51, 5-on-1 ball screen. Davis has the 1. Make a read off of it.
Bosey picks up his dribble between the circles. Bounces it right side for Beasley. Beasley trying to shake free of Smith. Step back from 17 is good.
Good. Tough shot. Good defense. He's a talented player, but if they're going to make those 19-9 old three-pointers for 2 all night, go for it.
Vogel's turn. He steps back from the free throw line, comes up short. Beasley has the rebound. Bulldogs lead by 12. Beasley up the left sideline into the front court. Defended by Fogle. Little crossover. Gets to the baseline underneath the basket. Misses the layup attempt. Ball tipped in the hands of Smiley. Out to Masic. Back to Smiley. He's open on the right side. That three is good. Dons, after a slow start, heating up from behind the line. Gonzaga with the basketball. Miller in front of the junior bench with a dribble. Out to Smith. Fogle again. Smith now left sideline in Achente. Bounces it to Smith. Don's back off in the zone. Pass left side in Achente. Shot wouldn't go down. And then Davis Fogle is shoved out of bounds by Beasley. And Davis needs to be careful as he threw the ball at Beasley.
He didn't chuck it hard, though. If I'm the official, I'm telling Beasley to stop hitting him when he came in the air, right? He pushed him off his line. So that's
happening right now. Mo,
yes,
one of our
exactly. Like it's like, hey man, he jumped and then you boxed him out midair. That is an automatic call, and I don't blame Davis. Unsportsmanlike, but it was valid, is what I'm trying to get at.
Yeah, a couple of members of the San Francisco staff were complaining that he threw the ball. What they didn't see was the undercut.
He didn't chuck it at him, though, so that's good officiating, not calling a technical and then talking to the Beasley, the San Francisco player.
Zags lead by 9, 13:59 to play. We're back after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Steel deals are happening now. From instant savings on select power tools to free battery offers on some of our most popular battery sets, you can enjoy great deals and do it all with Steel batteries. For more details, shop online or in-store at your local Steel dealer. Offer valid for a limited time only on select items of participating dealers while supplies last.
Today's students are smart, savvy, and heading towards a future filled with possibilities. Education is the light that can help guide them on their path to fulfilling their dreams. That's why Washington's Lottery is a proud partner in the goal to promote college and career training. With every lottery game you play in the pursuit of making your dreams a reality, you're supporting the next generation of game changers who are using education as the way to reach theirs. Thanks for playing, Washington.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
You're listening to Gonzaga basketball from Learfield.
Gets all the way to the rim for another monstrous dunk, and the Bulldogs have scored 12 straight to go on top.
Let's go back courtside. Once again, alongside two-time NBA champion Adam Morrison, here's the voice of Gonzaga basketball, Tom Hudson.
Zags led by as many as 14. They're ahead 50-41 right now. 13:59 left in our game. Gonzaga basketball brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com or your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Well, 1 for 6 start shooting threes for USF. They've hit 8 of their last 10.
Yeah.
And that's why it's a 9-point game instead of a 22-point game right now.
100%. That's something we talked about at length in the pregame, and once again, we're right. This team likes to shoot a lot of threes. They don't shoot a great percentage, but if they get going, it'll be really dangerous.
Mario St. Superi in for the first time in the second half, gives it up to Fogle on the inbound, and now Venters has it. Don's playing the zone again. Venters has it on the right side, picks up his dribble, bounces it to Worley, spins with 8 seconds on the right wing, back out to Venters. Steele gives it up left side. Fogle catches and fires. The three is good. Second made three of the game for the Bulldogs. Davis has 14, and it's a 12-point Gonzaga advantage.
Shot ready on the left-hand side against the zone. He was seeking that one. He's had a good start to the second half, the young freshman.
Masic running the show. Beasley sits on the bench. Gives it up to Riley. Lefty drives, dribbles it off the foot of Worley. No, dribble off his own foot. I thought it was Jalen, but it was Riley who kicked it out of bounds. It'll be Gonzaga basketball. 13th turnover on USF. St. Superi into the front court with a left-handed dribble. Gives it up to Worley on the right side. Dribbles to the perimeter. Hands it off for Fogle. Couple dribbles out. Now Grant Foster. Driving on Diaz Graham. Gets right around it, but couldn't finish. Abosi comes away with a rebound. Bosey has it, catches and fires. That three is good, and they are absolutely on fire from behind the line. 53-44. St. Spiri picks up his dribble, bounces for Worley. It's stolen away. Masic comes away with the basketball. Into the front court with it, fires it in the near corner. Smiley's wide open. That three is good, and Coach Few wants a timeout.
That's something they do is they locate and transition San Francisco. They can really shoot the ball. We've talked about it. Gonzaga's got to get back and locate the shooters.
Coach Few calling a timeout, frustrated with his defense. San Francisco knocks down back-to-back three-point shots, and it has just been remarkable. Again, they started 1 of 6. They've hit 10 of their last 12 three-point attempts. And just like that, they are right back in to this basketball game. This timeout is going to extend into a full timeout. We're going to take it as well. Zags lead at 53-47. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldogs basketball from their field.
Booking.com has stays for absolutely anyone. Imagine you're a musical-obsessed couple. You book a dazzling hotel in the Big Apple. 5 stars! With a balcony for your big solo. If Broadway buffs can find their perfect stay, anyone can. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Hey, there's the new guy. He moved into Sheila's apartment downstairs.
That's Danny? I keep seeing his Wi-Fi network. Full bars.
Hey, Danny, welcome to the building. Want to join? We're grilling. Yeah, sure. Sweet. Hey, just wondering, what's your mother's maiden name?
Wait, what? Don't listen to him, Danny. Anyway, what was the name of the street you grew up on?
Make your next move fast and easy with home internet from AT&T and get a signal so strong everyone will notice, even your neighbors. Geographic and service restrictions apply. Visit att.com/internet to learn more.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
A new documentary film from Paris Hilton.
I've loved music ever since I was a little girl.
What's your name again? Call Abdullah.
I think when people would see me out at night, they just saw this carefree girl. I knew somewhere deep down that if I listened to all those hateful comments out there in the world, that I would never recover. So I decided to own the narrative.
Paris Hilton's Infinite Icon, a visual memoir playing only in theaters January 30th.
Back in Spokane, Gonzaga's lead has been cut to 6, 53-47. The Dons are just 4 out of 15 shooting twos. They've hit 11 of 18 threes. Down by just 6. St. Spiri will bring the ball up the floor as we return to action. He's out there with Fogle, Worley, Venters, and Grant Foster. Fogle now on the right side of the floor, defended by Abosi. Jim with the left hand, tries to drive, cut off, spins back to his right, slips and falls, picks it up, needs some help, able to bounce it away to Venters. Venters to St. Superi. Morrow gets a screen from Worley. 7 seconds to shoot. Mario out top, defended by Diaz Graham. Gets around and misses the shot. The putback is good for Worley, though. Jalen Worley, Johnny on the spot. Zags lead is 8. 12 minutes to play in our basketball game. Masic out top. Dribbling to his left. Gives it up to Beasley, who's back in. He shoots another 3. That one's off the mark, but the putback on the weak side for Abosi is good. Beat Grant Foster to it and laid it in. St. Superi to Worley behind the plays. Into the front court with it. Dribbles to his right, hands it off to Fogle. They'll fire straight away 3. Comes up short. Fogle keeps it alive, has the rebound, now retreats. Gets it away to St. Superi. Morrow gets a screen from Worley, refuses. Dribbles to the free throw line, goes over the top. Grant Foster goes up for the alley-oop dunk, and he misses it. USF comes away with the basketball. Beasley into the front court. 55-49, Gonzaga on top. Beasley. A couple steps inside the half court. Dribbles to his right. Now defended by Worley on the switch. Passes away to Abosi. Abosi straight away 3. Challenged by Worley. It's an air ball. Diaz Graham kept it alive. Throws up a shot and misses. Zags rebound. It's Fogle who comes away with it. In the front court to Worley. Coach Few wants the Zags to hurry. Hand off to Venters. Left corner 3 for Steele. Wouldn't go down. Grant Foster knocked to the deck by Masic. No foul, will play on. Here's Beasley into the front court, and then Tyon commits the personal foul. Number 2 on Grant Foster will bring us to an official timeout with 10:39 to play. Zags lead by 6. San Francisco has the ball when we come back. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Look, I'm not going to tell you you have to have a Camas Rewards card when you come to Northern Quest. You don't. You don't have to earn points on every dollar you spend here or enjoy prize entries, dining discounts, pre-sale concert tickets, and so on. Heck, you don't even have to receive free cash money for doing what you already do here. After all, free country, right? Camas Rewards for all the ways you play.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
So it was the fourth quarter and we're down by 5. Sweat pouring down my face. Suddenly it hit me. If only I could wrap part of the towel around my forehead. And that's how I became the first basketball player to wear a headband.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
The season is heating up, and ICCU is proud to be a sponsor of Gonzaga University Athletics. From tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first game to March's biggest moments, we're cheering on the Zags and supporting fans every step of the way. With powerful digital tools, local service, and a commitment to community, ICCU is your financial partner, on and off the court. ICCU, looking after your daily balance. Let's go, Zags!
Zags basketball lives here on the Gonzaga Sports Network from Learfield.
All the way to the rim and rises up to throw it down. It's 85-68.
Let's go back courtside. Now, alongside first-team All-American Adam Morrison, here's the voice of Gonzaga basketball, Tom Hudson.
Zags lead is 6 with 10:39 to play. Xfinity believes Gonzaga fans deserve a deal you can bank on. With Xfinity's 5-year price guarantee at the most intelligent Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. No contract, no pump fakes, just a fast break for your future self. Bulldogs shooting 44% in the second half. Mo 8 out of 18. The difference, USF after shooting just 32% in the first half. They're 60% after halftime, and they've made 6 threes.
Yeah, they've climbed back into it in the game with their shooting ability, and we talked about it at length during the pregame, and I think sometimes people think we're just trying to gas it up. This is what this team does, is make threes and take a bunch of them.
San Francisco inbounds. Cook has it and hands it off to Beasley. Beasley defended by St. Superi out top, bounces it to Cook. Cook high post right side, back to Beasley. Beasley to Cook again. Cook driving with the left hand, cut off by St. Superi. Gives it up to Riley. Riley dribbles to the free throw line, leans in, blocked by Grant Foster. St. Superi comes away with it. 1-on-2. Mario gets all the way to the rim, past Beasley, and lays it in.
It's a weird defensive play by San Francisco. They just let Mario, that was still a good play, but just let him go all the way coast to coast.
That's only one foul on Beasley. Yeah. No reason. Well, here's Diaz Graham, picks up his dribble. Looking for somebody, anybody, and finally gets it away to Beasley. Beasley passes left side. Cook on the drive. Body bump. And reverses. Got around St. Superi. 57-51. Worley into the offensive end for the Zags. Little crossover dribble, slips and falls. And Worley is hurt. Diaz Graham comes away with it, finds Smiley, who blows the reverse layup, and Gonzaga comes away with the basketball. Long pass up the floor to Worley. Worley lays in, and he's fouled. Boy, Jalen was hurt, got up off the deck, and after San Francisco blew the layup, Zags catch a break. He was wide open, and then they fouled him to compound the problem. An 8-point Gonzaga lead.
What a turn of events. What a lucky break that they smoke a layup, like you said, down at the other end, and Worley's trying to recover, and what do you know? I feel all right and laid up. He's had a great game tonight, 17 points. It's been all over the place. Hopefully he's all right. I think he just caught a stinger when he fell down.
Free throw for Jalen is good. 3-point play. It's a 9-point Gonzaga lead. Abosi into the front court. Crossover dribble to the left wing. Picks it up. Feeds on the baseline. Riley gets it to rattle around and drop. 60-53. St. Superior in the front court. We approach 9 minutes to play in the basketball game. Gets it to Worley. Drives, spins, kicks. St. Superior fakes the three. Penetrates. He's cut off there. Back out to Worley. Worley, top of the key. St. Superior. Again fakes a three. Again drives the Euro step. And he is called for a travel.
Just wish he could just bank that off the glass and instead of trying to split two defenders. Right? He just has that little bank shot that he makes all the time, like right there. Good call by the official. He wanted a foul, but that's a travel.
Smith in for Venters. Defends Beasley, who brings it into the front court. Over to Abosi. Abosi dribbling to his right. Short pass to Smiley. Freshman out of Seattle, dribbling with the left hand. Passes in the far corner. It's Riley with it there. Pass to Abosi. Abosi at the free throw line. Spins on Grant Foster. Shot off the back rim. No good. Innocente clears the glass. Quickly to Worley. Jalen into the front court. Leaves it for Grant Foster. Fakes the three. Drives, spins, and is held by Abosi. He had a couple of black shirts there getting a piece of him. And the official will say that the foul came on the ground as Abosi is whistled for his third personal.
He passed it too late on the whistle right there. Grant Foster, once you hear the whistle as you're in the air, you just throw it up towards the rim. You're going to get two automatically.
Beasley checks out. So does Abosi. Wong is on the floor. Masic has also returned. Braden Smith will inbound on the baseline, far side of the floor. Bounces it in. Grant Foster has it. Knocked away, got it back, gets into the paint, now loses the dribble, and San Francisco comes away with it. Smiley gets it to Diaz-Graham. Into the front court, he almost lost it. Able to get it to Riley. Bulldogs lead is 60-53 as we approach 8 minutes to play, and Riley throws it out of bounds. He almost took his head coach's head off with that pass. Wong couldn't keep it in bounds.
Too much steam. It was a 7-foot pass and just threw it. Randy Johnson slider.
The Zags lead by 7 as we go under 8 minutes to play. St. Superior in the front court off the Worley screen, bouncing it back for Jalen. It was poked away, stolen. Masic comes away with it, gets it away to Smiley. Smiley for Wong. Wong into the paint with a dribble. Couple of shot fakes. That's a travel, right? He laid it in with the left hand.
Close.
Cut it to 5. I'd like to see that again.
It's a 5-point game. The crowd, where's the crowd at?
I was just going to say, it's gone completely silent here at the McCarthy Athletic Center. Smith between the circles, dribbles to his left. Throws it right to Coach Few. So Mario St. Superior, Braden thought he was coming out towards half court. Instead, he cut towards the basket, and the Zags turn it over. Got a ball game here at the McCarthy Athletic Center. The Bulldogs have led by as many as 14, but it's just 5 right now with 7:27 to play. We're back after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
There's no championship league for small business owners, but if there was, you'd be at the top of the standings. Because going pro with Lenovo Pro means you've got the winning formation, one-on-one advice, IT solutions, and customized hardware powered by Intel Core Ultra processors help you stay ahead of the competition. Business goes pro with Lenovo Pro. Sign up for free at lenovo.com/pro.
Lenovo. As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
Booking.com has stays for absolutely anyone. Imagine you're a merman. You find a beach resort for your mer family with a plunge pool, a wave pool, and yoga. What? Mermen do yoga too. If a merman can find their perfect stay, anyone can. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers. If you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Zags lead San Francisco 60-55 with 7:27 to play. AgWest Farm Credit is a financial cooperative that provides financing, crop insurance, and related services to farmers and ranchers across the West. From small family businesses to large operations, AgWest brings the experience and financial know-how to help you grow your best future. Mo, the Bulldogs at our 13:58 timeout did not have a turnover in the basketball game. At our 10:39 timeout, they had one turnover, and now they have 6. And they've gotten a little sloppy with it, and San Francisco is right back in this thing.
They got to take care of the basketball, get some stuff going towards the rim. I'd like to see Davis Fogel go back in the game. He can at least get something going towards the rim and get some offensive material to work, because right now we are just not in a good offensive rhythm at all. Credit to San Francisco. They've switched up defenses. They've switched a lot of multiple actions. Again, 2 for 13 for Gonzaga for downtown. Not going to cut it.
Vogel will check back into the next opportunity. Beasley into the front quarters, return to action. Tomasic out to Smiley between the circles. Short pass for Diaz-Graham. Bobbles on the dribble, passes down low. Here's a drive by Beasley, reverses, misses. St. Superior had his hands on the rebound. It's loose. Ball's out of bounds. Officials going to say it stays here. Well, Zags had a couple of chances to grab it, and Diaz-Graham
grab the ball.
Yeah. Well, Mario's going to check out, and Fogel is back in. Fogel with 14 points. Second leading scorer for the Zags. Worley has 18. Inbound to Wong in the near corner in front of the USF bench. One dribble out to Smiley. Smiley cut off by Fogel on the drive. They work in the corner. Diaz-Graham fakes the three, throws up an air ball, offensive rebound, ball's lost out of bounds. Wong is on the floor, out of bounds. It's Gonzaga ball.
Let's see the replay here.
Yeah. Zags might have gotten away with one.
Nice being at home.
Zags lead by 5. They have the ball, under 7 minutes to play. Smith trots across half court with a dribble. Short pass to Nicente between the circles. Manuel, one dribble, back to Smith at the three-point line. Dribbles in front of the GU bench now. One-hander out to Worley at the top of the key. Jalen dribbling to his left. Finds Fogel open. He fires a three. Comes up short. Nicente trying to grab the rebound. He was held by Smiley. Long pass up the floor. Wong can't catch up with it.
Gonzaga caught a break there. Wong leaks out in transition, but there should have been a foul on Inocente's rebound attempt. He got held by Smiley. That's where you hear the groans from the crowd. And he's exactly right. I don't know how the official on the baseline, he's a veteran. You've seen him a ton. He's missed that, a bunch of them tonight.
Bulldogs get the ball back. Inocente. Top of the key pass for Grant Foster. Gives it up to Fogel, coming off the screen. Into the paint with it. Looks down low where he's got Inocente. Shot wouldn't go. Ball tipped out. And San Francisco comes away with it. Bulldogs missed a couple of those tonight as well. Masic into the front court. Slowed down by Smith. Now defended on the switch by Grant Foster. Throw over the top, quick trap. Now they come out of it. Braden Smith knocked it away from Cook, and he's whistled for the foul.
That's actually not a bad foul, considering it's only the second one on Gonzaga. And that's obviously a mismatch. Braden Smith tougher in nails, but he's given up about 5-6 inches to every player he defends on the block.
So USF to inbound on the baseline. Bulldogs lead at 60-55. Masic looking to get it in bounds. He can't and turns and asks for a timeout. Timeout called by the Dons with 5:56 to play. Gonzaga led this basketball game at halftime 36-25. USF has cut it to a 5-point game. Well, earn your bragging rights at Northern Quest with more slot machines, table games, restaurants, lounges, and luxury hotel rooms than anyone else in the region. Northern Quest, yes, the best. More at northernquest.com. So Jalen Worley is the leading scorer for the Bulldogs, 18 points on 7 of 9 shooting. Davis Fogel has 14. He's 6 of 13 from the field. Grant Foster with 9 points. Meanwhile, Beasley has 14, Smiley with 15. Each one of those players has knocked down 4 3-point shots. Coach Few going to ride with that same group for now. Mosic will inbound for USF. We'll try it again. Don's down to one timeout. Zags have 2 remaining. Bounce inbounds to Beasley. Beasley into the paint, retreats to the dribble, gives it up to Cook. Cook, couple of jabs, picks up his dribble, hands it off to Smiley on the right perimeter. Smiley gets around Smith all the way to the rim, rejected by Inocente coming over on the help side. Grant Foster comes away with it. Grant Foster on the left wing, picks it up, finds Inocente wide open down low. He gets a shot up on the rim, but the official's going to say foul before the shot, and that'll be Beasley's second personal. A great block by Emmanuel coming over. Headed to the breakout for the Bulldogs. That's 16 fouls on USF. Next one will put the Zags in the bonus. Smith's going to inbound on the baseline. Braden able to get it into Worley on the left wing, who hands it back to Smith. Smith in front of the Kennel Club with the dribble, retreats. Screen from Worley. Doesn't do anything with it. Now on the mismatch with Wong. Shot clock ticks down to 10. Braden going to work on the big man. Steps back, fires a 3. Halfway down, pops out. And the rebound is secured by San Francisco. Don's dominating the glass here in the second half. Beasley into the front court, slowed down by Inocente. Pass out top, Mosic. Now right side, it's Smiley. The freshman defended by Grant Foster. Calling for a screen. Instead goes to Wong. Wong into the paint, little push-off, leans in, had it stripped. And the Zags going to be called for a foul. Couple of white shirts there. And it'll be Jalen Worley. Worley's second sends Wong to the free throw line. I contend that Wong could be called for an offensive foul every time that he posts up. I mean, he just puts his arm completely out and shoves.
I was going to say extends out of his cylinder, which is the rule. You're allowed to have body contact with as long as you stay within your cylinder offensively or defensively. That's one of the most frustrating things when you're talking to officials at every level is if he leaves his cylinder, then you're displacing my defender. And vice versa, if the defender leaves their cylinder and displaces the offensive player. But you can have contact if you stay within that cylinder. So you're exactly right. Anytime you extend, it's supposed to be, by the rule of the law, a foul.
Wong made both free throws. He has 7 points. He heads to the bench. Abosi back in. Worley into the front court for Gonzaga. Zags lead has been cut to 3. Worley drives, spins, goes up for the shot. Wouldn't go down, but I think he's headed to the free throw line.
Man, when's the last time we made a field goal?
Yeah, it's a 6-0 run here. We haven't scored for 4.5 minutes.
Just 4 turnovers the last 4.5. Scoring draft 4.5.
You know, it's at the 9:25 mark. Worley's 3-point play.
Jeez.
First free throw for Jalen, rim, glass, and in. He'll shoot one more. Inocente returns. Smith heads to the bench. Interesting look for the Zags, Mo. Got Braden Smith and Mario on the bench. That'll be Jalen Worley. Second free throw is no good. 61-57. Gonzaga ahead. We're under 5 minutes here at the Kennel. Beasley into the front court. Now the fans finally starting to make some noise, realizing the severity of the situation. Riley out to Beasley. Beasley was going to shoot a deep one from straight away. No good. Fogle rebounds on the left wing. Davis quickly into the front court with the dribble. Mosic slows him down. Pass to Worley trailing. Jalen, couple of dribbles, hands it back to Fogle. Dribbling with the left hand to the wing. Abosi defends it. Davis going to work. Into the paint, spins, can't get up a shot. Short pass to Worley. 13 seconds to shoot. Worley back to Fogle. Fakes the 3. Denied on his drive. 6 seconds to shoot. He will. Forces a 3 off the iron, and Mosic has another rebound.
Poor offense.
Mosic into the front court with a dribble. Denied on his drive by Inocente. Pass out to Abosi. Abosi picks up the dribble, finds Beasley cutting. Beasley shot is partially rejected. Ball tipped in the hands of Grant Foster. Tyon into the front court with it. Coach Few wants him to move. Instead, he pulls up, fires a 3 on the break. Back iron, no good. Fight for the rebound. Bulldogs have it. Kick out to Miller. I believe that was Innocente who was in there fighting it away. Here's Grant Foster trying again. Drive, shoots, scores, and he's headed to the free throw line. Great hustle for the Zags. Grant Foster pushes the lead back to 6. Timeout on the floor. Zags 63, Dons 57. Free throw coming for Grant Foster after this timeout. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Anyone who works for themselves has the toughest boss on the planet, a real taskmaster with no respect for nights or weekends. Still, it doesn't have to be lonely at the top. Wheatland Bank makes running a business seamless with a careful mix of personal service, deep resources, and the latest tech. After all, you're only human. Unlike that bully whose name's on the door, your 5-star Wheatland Bank. Relationships you can count on.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Western National Insurance, NICE is a little word that does big things for everyone. NICE is a helping hand when you need it most, and the peace of mind that comes from knowing you can trust the person on the other end of the call. For more than a century, we've been protecting individuals, families, and businesses with NICE as our foundation. Experience the power of NICE for yourself. Ask your independent insurance agent for Western National.
Progressive knows sports brings people together, but you gotta feel bad for people who don't even get it. Some people will never know what it's like to see their favorite team's hopes decided by a ping pong ball to draft the next superstar. Or not. I mean, sure, it's silly for your happiness to hinge on the success of a 20-year-old entry-level employee, but you just can't help yourself. The stress is exhilarating. Progressive can't bring people together like the draft, but we can bring your home and auto insurance together with a bundle. So switch and see if you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers not available in all states or situations.
You're listening to Gonzaga basketball from Learfield.
Takes the pass, gets all the way to the rim and lays it in. A new season high.
Let's go back courtside. Once again, alongside two-time NBA champion Adam Morrison. Here's the voice of Gonzaga basketball, Tom Hudson.
Field goal drought comes to an end for the Bulldogs. Tyon Grant Foster with Gonzaga's first made field goal in nearly 6 minutes. Will step to the free throw line in a 63-57 game with 3:36 to play. Well, first, it's about supporting our communities and cheering on our teams. Thank you for letting us be your trusted community bank for more than 50 years. First Interstate Bank, built for you, member FDIC. And though both teams struggle a little bit, the Bulldogs finally knocking down a shot there.
Just can't get anything going offensively, but willing themselves to continue to fight, extra rebound, kick out to Grant Foster, and it is a nice rip and take. Got to still continue to play defense at the other end. Watch the three-point line, especially on Bailey, who's had a terrific game from beyond the arc. Beasley, excuse me.
Grant Foster misses the free throw. Now 1 out of 5 on the night. Make that 1 out of 6, excuse me. Masic walks it across half court. Dribbles to his right. To Smiley. Freshman. Picked up by Miller defensively. Pass is almost stolen by Grant Foster. He disrupts the play. But Masic is able to get up a 3. Bosi flies and grab the offensive rebound. Another 3 is on the way. Masic misses that one. Ball's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by San Francisco.
2 pretty good looks for Masic on the left-hand side. Gonzaga dodges another bullet. See if we can go down here and score.
Looks like Wong is going to check back into the game. He'll replace Masic. Zags inbound to the backcourt. Worley brings the ball across the timeline. Dribbling out between the circles. Short pass to Grant Foster. Tyon defended by Riley. Backing him down. Here comes a double team. He spins right into it. Throws it out. Luckily, Innocente able to chase it down. Back to Worley. Worley with 8 seconds to shoot. Going to work on Wong. Gets past him. Throws one up. Comes up a little bit short. Innocente tip attempt. No good. Fighting for the rebound. Grant Foster. Zags get another crack at it. Tyon kicks it out to Worley. Worley. Skip right side. Fogel. Fogel going to work on Beasley. Gets to 12. Shot up. Wouldn't go, but a whistle and a foul.
Got away with a push off on Beasley. To be fair, that was a great take. Obviously, we're on radio, but we watched the replay here. Look at this. push off all day long.
Yep.
We talked about cylinder about 2 minutes ago. We'll take it. He did get fouled at the end of it, so correct call on that, but use that offhand when he was driving. Fogel
misses the free throw. The Bulldogs are 9 of 19 at the free throw line
tonight. Just 2 for 17 from 3. And then you mentioned the 9 of 19 for the
Cook checks
line.
in.
Yikes.
Mosic back in. Bosi and Riley check out. Vogel 14, one of 3 Zags in double figures. Second free throw is all net. 1 out of 2. 64-57. Zags bench getting up and imploring the crowd to make some noise. Beasley into the front court, dribbling to his left. And is that going to be a foul on Grant Foster?
Yep.
Boy,
it's fine. 4th team foul, so obviously 3 more to give, 2 to give. I don't mind that foul. Beasley's turning the corner on a switch, on a late switch. That's a good foul, in my opinion.
Mosic to inbound in front of the Dons bench. Passes it into Cook, gets it right back. Cook calls for it. Defended by Fogel at the high post. Backing him down, spins into the paint, gets a shot up, rims out, ball tipped out of bounds. Last touch by the Dons. Innocente couldn't secure the rebound. Lucky that it was Cook who knocked it out of bounds.
It's a pretty point-blank look right there. They go right after Fogel inside. Another bullet dodge for for Gonzaga. That's a point-blank layup, basically.
64-57 Zags as we approach 2 minutes to play. Worley in the front court. Right corner pass. Grant Foster catches and fires. The 3 is good. They left him open, and the Zags hit just their 3rd 3 and 18 attempts on the night. The lead is back to 10.
Big-time 3. Like you said, they dared him. They're going to review it right now, but nonetheless, big-time bucket with $1:58 left in the game. San Francisco opts to play the percentages and just dare him to shoot. Big shot from Tyan Grant Foster.
The officials taking a look at the monitor, and it is a 3-point shot. And Grant Foster with 14 points now. The Bulldogs' lead is back to double digits. And Mo talked about that miss from Cook. They've had a couple of those. They had that fast break that they didn't convert.
Yes.
The Zags came down and got the bucket from Worley on the other end.
If we're going to be completely fair, and we try to be an unbiased when we describe the games for people listening, there's some plays that San Francisco should have made to make it a tighter game. Obviously, still got plenty of basketball left, just under 2 minutes with a 10-point lead and a good 3-point shooting team, but I hate saying dodged the bullet, got lucky, whatever you want to say, but
San Francisco quickly into the offensive end. It's Beasley with the ball. 1:50 to play. Taking a lot of time as Beasley dribbles into the far corner, now defended by Fogel. Kicks it out to Smiley. The freshman will shoot and hit the 3-point shot. 67-60 with 90 seconds to play. Inbound to Grant Foster. Mosic just body bumps him. That's going to be 10 team fouls on the Dons. 2 free throws coming for Grant Foster.
Curious to see if we go with a true point guard in this situation. Like you mentioned earlier, Braden Smith and St. Cyprien out of the game with 1:30 in San Francisco in a pressing situation. Now, Jalen Worley is a true point guard in theory.
First free throw for Grant Foster barely hits the front of the rim.
Man, he's been bad from the free throw line tonight. What's he at?
1 out of 7.
And he's had a terrific game otherwise, 14 points. Whew. Looks like Shimmy up there. Remember how bad he was from the free throw line? There we
Second
go.
one is good. Looked a lot better. 1 out of 2.
Negative, Huddy, and just reverse the opposite.
Beasley on the drive. Kicks it out. Mosic fires a 3 from the left side and hits it. My goodness, these guys have just been red hot from behind the line, and Coach Few wants a timeout with 1:16 to play. Smith and St. Cyprien are going to check back in, as Mo thought it might be the case, getting them back in there. San Francisco 13 of 26 shooting threes now. And still A minute 16 to finish this out. Just a 5-point lead for the Bulldogs. Well, Zag fans, it's back. Catch the Parkview Radio Show on Mondays at noon on 590 KQNT and Alt 96.1. Hear from the coach throughout the season. Get inside information, analysis, and reaction straight from Coach Few. It's the Mark Few Show, Mondays at noon on the Gonzaga Sports Network from Learfield. Each team now with one timeout. Gonzaga leading 68-63. GU has been ahead by as many as 14 points. That came about 4 minutes into the second half. Zags have never trailed. They scored the first 12 points of the game. USF been playing catch-up all night. Down by 5 right now. So it'll be Miller, Smith, Fogle, Worley, and St. Superi for the Zags. San Francisco with some full court pressure. And it'll be Braden Smith who will inbound on the baseline. And will be able to run. Checks with the official just to make sure. Off the make. He's able to inbound it to Worley. Jalen picks up his drill, finds St. Superi. Mario into the front court, bounces it for Fogle. Fogle driving, little Euro step, misses the shot. Ball is loose, and San Francisco comes away with it.
No reason to take a layup there.
Yeah, here's Masic, right side three. It's good. Masic back-to-back threes. It's 68-66 with 1 minute to play.
Mistake, man. You got to make that layup if you're going to take it. You have to make it.
Smith will bring the ball up the floor. And San Francisco now in a 2-point game, content to back off and play some defense. Smith to Worley. Galen's going to dribble it down. 15 seconds to shoot it. 44 to play. Worley defended by Wong. Dribbling at the three-point line with 7 seconds to shoot. Crossover, spin, fakes. Bumped off balance, kick to St. Superi, 1 second to shoot, and it's going to be Mario stepping out of bounds. San Francisco will have the ball, trailing by 2 with 31 seconds to play.
2 mistakes late in the basketball game. Davis Fogle has been terrific in the short stint that he's got some more playing time. He's got a bright future, but that is a play where if you're going in, you have to convert that shot. Up 5.
You dribble into the corner.
Yeah, you dribble the corner and you let them foul you. You make your free throws and set up your defense.
Inbound to Beasley. He'll bring it into the front court. The Dons will call a timeout with 27.7 seconds to play. Back-to-back Masic threes. The second one coming off the missed layup attempt from Fogle, and Davis was just a little bit underneath the basket. Kind of a tough angle there to try to finish it. And so now San Francisco has the ball down by 2. This timeout, full timeout, will keep it in Spokane. Again, Worley has 19 points to go along with 4 rebounds. Grant Foster, 15 points. Fogle has 15 for the Bulldogs. He also leads Gonzaga with 8 rebounds. Those are the 3 Zags in double figures. Smith has scored 9 points. St. Superi has 6. Inocente with 4. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, Smiley has 18. Beasley with 14. Masic goes back-to-back threes. His first 2 makes of the game. Has 11 points. Well, USF, 12 of 22 in the win over Washington State. Their last time out. 14 out of 27 tonight. We talked about it. They made 46 threes in their last 4 games. And they've had 14 more makes here tonight.
We talk about it in the pregame all the time. The teams that get hot and get rolling can play with anybody. And sometimes the percentages are a little bit as fool's gold. If it's part of their identity and system, they believe in it. These guys can shoot with confidence. It's just like baseball when everybody starts hitting around and everybody starts getting a little bit more confident. So goes without saying, big defensive possession here for Gonzaga.
The Dons will inbound in front of their own bench. Inocente, Fogle, Grant, Foster, Worley, and Miller for the Zags. Inbound to the backcourt to Riley. Fans start to make some noise. Riley walks it across half court. About 1 second difference between the game clock and the shot clock. Riley gives it up for Beasley. Beasley, 35 feet from the basket. 8 seconds to shoot it. Over to Masic. Masic gets a screen, passes back to Wong. Wong with a 3 on the way. It's off the mark. The ball is loose, deflected. Clock sounds. Zags win.
Pretty good look from Wong on the switch there. The pick and pop. That almost went in.
He almost banked it in.
Gonzaga survives a scare against San Francisco.
68-66, the final score. The Zags remain undefeated. Some mistakes down the stretch, but the Bulldogs hold on. And the win streak in Spokane over USF continues. Bulldogs won 37 in a row over the Dons here in the city of Spokane. They won 14 in a row on the season. And most importantly, they remain undefeated atop the West Coast Conference standings with this hard-fought 68-66 win. Post-game coverage coming your way after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Support Gonzaga basketball through NIL. Zags Collective is the leading NIL collective supporting Zags student athletes through name, image, and likeness. Zags Collective creates opportunities for student athletes to engage with the community and grow their brand. Plus, you get access to autograph sessions, exclusive events, and more. Become a member today. Go to ZagsNILCollective.com and get started.
Not to brag or anything, but Arby's new $7.99 meat and 3-box is kind of a big deal. The other guys give you just one side. We give you 3 sides. Not to brag. You get a meaty sandwich, curly fries, mott sticks, a sweet treat, and a drink. All for just $7.99. It's more meal for your money. More meal for your money. More meal for your money. Where'd that come from?
Arby's, we have the meat. At participating Arby's for a limited time.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. JD Power ranks Sleep Number #1 in customer satisfaction with mattresses purchased in-store and online. And now, the more you buy, the more you save on beds, bases, and more. Limited time. For JD Power 2025 award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Check it out at the Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
The game is over, but plenty more is still to come. Welcome to the Numerica Credit Union postgame show. Numerica Credit Union. Life moves. Live well. Federally insured by NCUA. Here's the voice of the Zags, Tom Hudson.
Tom Hudson, Adam Morrison with you. Gonzaga holds on 68-66. Boy, the Bulldogs never trail in this basketball game, but oh my goodness, did they have to hold on late. They led for 39 minutes and 11 seconds as the Zags scored the first 12 points of the game, but Mo never quite able to pull away in this one. And one of those games that you just kind of feel fortunate that you got away with here tonight as USF came back, and it's kind of like a horse race. And the horse that was in the lead that got out early was just able to hold off the late charge.
Yeah, late charge by San Francisco. Credit to them for staying within the game, making critical shots down the stretch. Got a really good look at the end of it. Right, we haven't had one of these in this building in a while, and
you look at it, the Bulldogs, as we mentioned, got ahead 12-0, and they kept that lead pretty much at the double-figure range until there were about 5 minutes left in the first half. USF able to cut the lead to 26-21. The Bulldogs got it back up to 11 at halftime. They led 36-25. Mo at the 16-minute mark. Davis Fogel basket gave Gonzaga a 47-33 lead. That was the biggest lead of the night. And at that point, it kind of felt like, look, there's a lot of basketball to play, but you felt like the Zags were in a pretty decent rhythm. San Francisco had started to knock down some threes, but it felt like, okay, we're in pretty good shape. But, boy, we got to the 9-minute mark, and all of a sudden the Zags just could not score the basketball. It was 6 minutes without a field goal. GU scored only 8 points in the last 9.5 minutes of the game. And some timely three-point shots for San Francisco made this thing really, really interesting for them.
Yeah, we just couldn't get anything going offensively. Had some pretty good looks, to be frank, especially down the stretch. Made some costly turnovers, and then San Francisco made timely threes. We had that game. I mean, we were up 8, right? You said, with about 2 minutes to go, and it just made some really bonehead plays. But credit to our guys, made enough defensive stops down the stretch.
Yeah, I think for both the coaches, both coaching staffs, you're going to go back and look at this film and you're going to say, oh, man, like we had some opportunities.
Yep.
I mean, go back to that Jalen Worley bucket when he was down a little bit hurt after he missed the shot. They had a wide open look at a layup. They missed it, and then Worley's just open behind the play. He gets the and one. And so instead of it at that point, that would have cut the lead to 57-53 with about 9.5 to play. Instead, the Bulldogs push the lead back up to 9 points at 60-51. We talked about the missed layup for USF that led to the 3-point shot for Grant Fostermo. There were a couple of opportunities there for them. And then you talked about, the free throws for us, the Davis Fogel miss there towards the end of the game that led to the three for Mosic that made it a 2-point game. So both coaches, I mean, obviously for the Zags, you won. But you're going to be going back and working on some stuff here.
Yeah, you're going to working on some, basketball IQ stuff. And again, I'm not trying to hammer Davis Fogel, but that's got to be, you're up 5. It gets thrown across half court. There's a minute 10 left, let's say. And he has a kind of a broken 2-on-1. And now the thought is, okay, if you make it, that's what you said. You catch it, you have all the room on the left side. You dribble it out and let them foul you. Or if you go in, it has to be no matter what, like you almost have to dunk it and make it. Mm-hmm. And then you're up at that point, then you're up 7. Then the complexity of the game, we miss that. They go down, hit a corner 3. Now everybody's biting their fingernails. Yeah. And so, that's going to be definitely talked about. He'll learn from that. He's a smart basketball player, but that's just a bonehead decision right there from a young freshman who's super talented. But it's got to be it's got to be 100%er, man. If you're going to take that, even then you could argue we'd rather take the clock off, score with the free throw line, and then set up your defense.
Yeah.
So you can even say, some guys would say, don't even shoot it. Mm-hmm. Right. So anyway, God bless us, right? We got out of here with the win. We kept that streak going, and then, it feels good to be at home, I guess.
Bulldogs win it by the final score of 68-66. Luke Howell standing by in our Learfield, North Carolina studios. He's got highlights from tonight's thrilling victory coming up right after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Papa Murphy's, we hand make delicious pizza from scratch every day so that you can bake it to perfection in your oven just the way you like it. Introducing Stuffed Mondays. Every Monday, get any large stuffed pizza for only $16.99. That's over 4 pounds of pizza, fresh from your oven. Enough to feed the whole family. Papa Murphy's Stuffed Mondays. They make great pizza so you can make the pizza great. Offer available in store only. Call ahead to order.
Living a healthy, happy life is built on a foundation of good habits, wholesome foods, plenty of sleep, regular exercise, and for women, a breast cancer risk assessment by age 25, and annual screening mammograms beginning at 40. Our convenient Spokane area locations make scheduling your mammogram easy. Schedule your exam today. Call 509-455-4455 or visit www.inlandimaging.com/appointments.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
68-66. Gonzaga defeats San Francisco. Luke Allen with you inside the Learfield Network studios. We take a listen to how it all unfolded as Gonzaga had an 11-point halftime lead, led 36-25 over the Dons at the halftime break. But you credit San Francisco. They battled, and they battled hard. Gonzaga went up, though, by 14 in the second half. Braden Smith cashing in from beyond the arc, making it a 50-36 game.
Fogel going to work on Diaz Graham again. Spins into the paint, little step back, gives it up to Smith, who's wide open, shoots the three, and knocks it down. Beasley went over to double, and Smith made him pay.
Another great play there, just running a 51, 5-on-1 ball screen.
Later in the second half, Davis Vogel with 15 points on 6 of 15 shooting. He would hit one from beyond the arc. His lone 3-point make of the day boosted the lead to a dozen.
Steele gives it up left side. Vogel catches and fires the three. It's good. Second made three of the game for the Bulldogs. Davis has 14, and it's a 12-point Gonzaga advantage.
Shot ready on the left-hand side against the zone. He was seeking that one. Had a good start to the second half, the young freshman.
Like we said throughout this broadcast, San Francisco, they would continue to battle, slashing the lead all the way down to 6 points. Gonzaga getting an and one from Jalen Worley, stretching the lead back up to 8.
Finds Smiley, who blows the reverse layup, and Gonzaga comes away with the basketball. Long pass up the floor to Worley. Worley lays in, and he's fouled. Boy, Jalen was hurt, got up off the deck, and after San Francisco blew the layup, Zags catch a break. He was wide open, and then they fouled him to compound the problem. An 8-point Gonzaga lead.
Keeping those old-fashioned three-point plays going, Tyon Grant Foster, 15 points on 6 of 12 shooting. He chipped in 3 rebounds as well. Grant Foster getting the and one, boosting the lead to 6.
Grant Foster trying again, drives, shoots, scores, and he's headed to the free throw line. Great hustle for the Zags. Grant Foster pushes the lead back to 6.
And then it all comes down to the wire. Gonzaga leading by 2. San Francisco with the ball. Just about 30 seconds to play. A defensive stand that's going to win it for Gonzaga.
Riley gives it up for Beasley. Beasley, 35 feet from the basket. 8 seconds to shoot it. Over to Masic. Masic gets a screen, passes back to Wong. Wong with a 3 on the way. It's off the mark. The ball is loose, deflected. Clock sounds. Zags win.
And 68-66 was our final score. Gonzaga hanging on to best San Francisco in the 100th matchup all time between the Zags and the Dons. Our post-game coverage rolls on in just a moment. Gonzaga a winner by 2, 68-66. This is Gonzaga basketball from Learfield.
Look, I'm not going to tell you you have to have a Camus Rewards card when you come to Northern Quest. You don't. You don't have to earn points on every dollar you spend here or enjoy prize entries, dining discounts, pre-sale concert tickets, and so on. Heck, you don't even have to receive free cash money for doing what you already do here. After all, free country, right? Camus Rewards for all the ways you play.
The season is heating up, and ICCU is proud to be a sponsor of Gonzaga University Athletics. From tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first game to March's biggest moments, we're cheering on the Zags and supporting fans every step of the way. With powerful digital tools, local service, and a commitment to community, ICCU is your financial partner, on and off the court. ICCU, looking after your daily balance. Let's go, Zags!
Support Gonzaga basketball through NIL. Zags Collective is the leading NIL collective supporting Zags student athletes through name, image, and likeness. Zags Collective creates opportunities for student athletes to engage with the community and grow their brand. Plus, you get access to autograph sessions, exclusive events, and more. Become a member today. Go to ZagsNILCollective.com and get started.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
Gonzaga basketball is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Visit Toyota.com, your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Brian Michelson out of the locker room to talk about this win. Wow, B-Mike, there was a little bit of everything in that tonight. Really nice start in this one. Boy, they got red hot from behind the three-point line. It looked like maybe we were going to pull away, and then all of a sudden a couple more threes, and they're right back in it. A range of emotions, but probably the biggest one is the elation of winning another basketball game, because that was a tough one.
No, we got the win, which is what we got to do with the crew we're with right now. Again, what Jalen Worley's doing 38 minutes. I mean, he's hurt. You maybe shouldn't be playing, and he gives you 38 minutes. You know, that's a winner right there. That's something else. And we expected them to shoot threes. we expected 4 guards at all time and maybe a slight 5-out lineup, but 30, what were you and I just talking, 30, basically 33 and a half minutes of 5-out was not in our game plan. And defensively, I think we actually handled it better. A lot of those threes were ISOs. We know they can ISO. Beasley's special. He hit 3 or 4 jumpers in the second half that were unbelievable. And transition, they were really fast. They killed us in transition. How most of those came. In the half court, I thought we guarded really well. The first half was up there arguably as our best defense of the year. And a lot of that is because that 5-guard lineup can guard. And then, like you said, we get up 10, and oh my gosh, how about a comedy of errors? Missing free throws, bad shots, transition, 2 over helps. And to their credit, they hit all 3 of them, and now all of a sudden they're in position to win the game. So found a way to get it done, though.
Yeah, you look at a team like this, and it's so scary. I mean, look at the numbers. They're not amazing. They're a respectable 3-point shooting team. Like you said, you kind of not expecting. I mean, they were 1 for 6 to start, and then all of a sudden they had a stretch where I think they had 11 out of 13. I mean, it was just, it was ridiculous. Mo said it was like at one point, it was like they made 11 threes and like 1-2. Yep. I mean, it was amazing how they knocked
they made 2 twos in the first half. They only made 8 twos all game. They got it going, and it started with Beasley shakedowns, and then we were bad in transition. We were really, really bad in transition, and some of that was off of our offense. The deceptive thing there is I don't think we had a turnover. I know we didn't have one at half. I think we didn't have one for almost 30 minutes.
Yeah, didn't have one at the 10:39 timeout. Had one at the next timeout.
So that's where they went on the run. So for 30 minutes, we didn't turn the ball over. They got a little bit in transition, but not much. You turn it over 7 times in the last 10 minutes, and now they're off and running. So, hey, great win, exactly what we needed. We're halfway through league, right where we need to be, with the exception of the health. And, now we got a lot we can learn from this. Again, the end of game stuff was really, really bad, and that group's got to be better. And obviously we got to make our free throws.
Yeah, and obviously you talk about that. Look, the free throws were tough. The 3-point shooting was tough again tonight. But, Mike, you guys are still trying to figure this out, right? I mean, I think everybody thinks, well, hey, you've got a lot of depth. But the depth is at different positions. I mean, this isn't just, okay, we're going to plug in another big guy and maybe not throw it in there as much. I mean, this is literally we've completely reconstructed everything that we're doing. You've been doing that over the last 8 or 9 days.
Everybody. I mean, Jalen played the 5 for played 39 minutes. He probably played the 5 for 35 of those, and then he went to the 1. Yeah. So there's your nutshell right there. You got a guy that played the 5 or the 1. And the free throw piece is just so disappointing. Again, the threes, I get those come and go, but you don't shoot under 50% from the free throw line. That's got to be better.
Hey, get a week. You talk about the injuries and, an ability to rest some guys, an ability to get some more time to kind of figure this out. And then obviously St. Mary's comes in, and we know, right? I mean, it's been for years and years, the Zags and the Gales, and we'll get our first look at them next weekend.
Yeah, and they're really good. They're huge, which is obviously awful news for us. They are really, really big. And, offensively, they're really skilled. This group is putting up way better offensive numbers than last year's crew. Probably better than they've been in quite a long time on the offensive end. So very, similar stylistically, but a little bit faster, slightly faster, and much better offensively. And, hey, Morauskas is going to be right there for league MVP. And like they do, Dent – I don't think he appeared in any of our games last year and appeared in very few games. And you didn't know better, you'd think it was Marshallonis.
Yeah, right.
He's a machine. They just plug and play that spot. That's a lot of credit to their staff. So that's going to be a battle, playing against some of the best guys in the league. Obviously, as good as team as there is in the league, that's always got an elite plan. And like I said, hey, we had to get to the first half, undefeated, because the second half is so much more backloaded. But for what we've been through, again, even tonight, multiple guys playing dinged up to help overcome Graham and Huff being out is really cool. And the way that this group fights is really cool.
All right, Brian, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Eddie.
Bulldogs win 68-66. They hold on for the victory. Never trailed in the basketball game. A couple of late threes off a couple of Gonzaga miscues that made this one interesting. But Gonzaga, despite being outscored by 9 points in the second half, still is victorious. 68-66 is the final score here. The Zags picking up the win over USF. And again, just that remarkable streak continues. Gonzaga has not lost to San Francisco in Spokane since 1989. Yeah, the Bulldogs now 21-1. They're 9-0 in West Coast Conference play of the league season for the Bulldogs. And they currently sit at 9-0 atop the league standings. We have more post-game coverage coming your way after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
We care about your safety. If you need to break ground on a new outdoor project, be aware that buried electric and natural gas lines can be anywhere. It's the law to call 811 at least 2 business days before you dig. Spray paint white lines showing your dig zone, and a crew will mark the utility lines. Mark accuracy zone is within 2 feet of the mark, so always hand dig to expose the line first. Call 811 before you dig. The service is free for residential customers. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
Look, I'm not going to tell you you have to have a Camus Rewards card when you come to Northern Quest. You don't. You don't have to earn points on every dollar you spend here or enjoy prize entries, dining discounts, pre-sale concert tickets, and so on. Heck, you don't even have to receive free cash money for doing what you already do here. After all, free country, right? Camus Rewards for all the ways you play.
Marsh McLennan Agency is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Sports. When it comes to insurance, how hard does your team really work for you? At Marsh McLennan Agency, we do the shopping for the right insurance carrier, ensuring you get the right coverage tailored to your needs. Our local experts are dedicated to providing personalized service backed by the resources of Marsh, the global leader in insurance. Visit MMANorthwest.com and get started on finding a better insurance coverage for you. Go Zags!
Hey, we're back on the post-game show. Braden Smith out of the locker room to talk about this 68-66 win that moves the Bulldogs to 9-0, top the league standings, 21-1 overall. And boy, B. Smith, that great start, great energy.
Yeah.
But man, you guys are figuring this out on the fly a little bit, right? And they started knocking down some threes, and that thing got interesting. What happened in that second half down the stretch?
Yeah, I think just some miscommunication on the defensive end. They saw some threes go in, and they took a lot. So they saw a couple go in, and then offensively just kind of stagnant. Not a whole lot of ball movement, which didn't give us a ton of good looks. And they're a good team, so they fought their way back in it, and it was a fight to the end.
Hey, but the thing is, I was talking to B-Mike about it. I mean, you guys are trying to figure this out, right? I mean, everybody keeps talking about the depth on our team, and yes, but you lose 2 All-Americans, and now everybody's playing different positions, different things are being asked of them. It's not going to be flawless necessarily, and tonight we saw that, but the toughness won out for you guys.
Yeah, not flawless. There's going to be nights like that, but, find a way to win. That's what great teams do, and we did that tonight, so proud of the group for the resiliency there.
Well, how about Jalen just kind of flying around and doing that stuff? Remarkable effort.
Yeah, no, he's incredible. Swiss Army knife, does everything for us. Great leader, great teammate, and made plays for us tonight. So, yeah, props to him.
Sitting at 9-0. I mean, this happened 10 days ago or whatever it was. And, the ability now to win 3 basketball games. And this has been the best one by far, the best opponent. Mm-hmm. How are you guys feeling in this little transition here? I know, obviously, we want Graham to be back as soon as possible. But how are you feeling about how things are coming together?
Yeah, like you said, with those 2 guys out, other guys have some other opportunities now. I think we've made some progress in that, and like you said, still trying to figure it out. But I think we're in a good place. 3-0, like you said. Defense has been really strong. Rebounding for the most part has been strong. So there's some good we can take out. Obviously, some things that we can improve upon. But to be 3-0 without those guys definitely is a good thing.
Right, talk about the defense, and it is right. I mean, it's kind of Mo and I were laughing. It's like this is like what we're 18 or 19, where everybody was switching everything, and just defensively, some great opportunities. And I know you got switched up a couple times. You're battling those big fellas in there.
I was fighting a little bit, yeah.
But hey, I mean, that's great, right? I mean, we talk about defensively and things you're able to do. I know they knocked down some tough threes, right? And that kind of got them rolling. But defensively, you guys have looked pretty good, don't you think?
Yeah, I think, like you said, with the ability to switch 1 through 5, ball pressure, handsiness, with 5 guards out there sometimes gives us a different look, and we've made the most of that. It allows us to get out and run in transition. So different look, but it can play into our hands as well.
Hey, a little bit of rest, and then St. Mary's.
Yeah.
And that'll be fun, huh?
Looking forward to that one for sure.
All right. Hey, Braden, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
That's Braden Smith talking about the Bulldogs winner 68-66. They scored the first 12 points of the basketball game. And then they held off a late San Francisco run. The Zags never trail in this one as they win it by 2. Their second lowest point output of the season. They scored 61 against Michigan in their only loss of the year, 68 tonight, but it's enough as they win it by 2. We're going to take a quick break. Mo rejoins us. We'll break down some stats coming up next. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from Learfield.
Booking.com has stays for absolutely anyone. Imagine you're a parent with teens. You find a spacious vacation home where you can all be together if they want, and a private sauna if they don't. If an eager parent can find their perfect stay, anyone can. Booking.com, booking.yeah.
Okay, I have to tell you, I was just looking on eBay where I go for all kinds of things I love, and there it was.
That hologram trading card. One of the rarest. The last one I needed for my set. Shiny like the
designer handbag of my dreams. One of a kind. eBay had it, and now everyone's asking, ooh, where'd you get your
windshield wipers? eBay has all the parts that fit my car. No more annoying. Just beautiful.
Millions of finds, each with a story. eBay. Things people love.
A new documentary film from Paris Hilton.
I've loved music ever since I was a little girl.
What's your name again? Call Abdullah.
I think when people would see me out at night, they just saw this carefree girl. I knew somewhere deep down that if I listened to all those hateful comments out there in the world, that I would never recover. So I decided to own the narrative.
Paris Hilton's Infinite Icon, a visual memoir playing only in theaters January 30th. Get your tickets now.
Save on appliances at the Home Depot with up to $1,000 off, plus up to an extra $500 off select appliances like Whirlpool that can keep up with your busy routine. The Home Depot has Whirlpool laundry appliances with Fan Fresh. This feature fans and tumbles your laundry after it's done to help keep your clothes fresh until you're ready to grab them. Shop now and get up to $1,000 off, plus free delivery on select appliances at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $999 or more. Offer valid January 8th through the 28th. U.S. only. See store online for details. Together.
We are back at the McCarthy Athletic Center where Gonzaga knocks off San Francisco 68-66 is our final score. The Bulldogs knock off the San Francisco Dons here tonight. The Bulldogs have won 34 in a row over the Dons now. And again, the last win for USF coming back in 1989 here in the city of Spokane. On America Credit Union, money answers for people who know Gonzaga does in fact exist. Plus, show your Bulldog pride with your Zag debit card offered only at America, federally insured by NCUA. Mo, we start to break down these stats, and how about just another phenomenal night for Jalen Worley? 19 points, 3 off his career high. He was 7 of 10 from the field. But how about this? The guy that came in that was by percentage the worst free throw shooter in the group goes 5 out of 7 and really kind of saved the Zags bacon as they were just 11 out of 22. But just phenomenal stuff from Jalen Worley.
Yeah, he was terrific. Again, he's had a great 4-game stretch, especially that first one at Washington State when the news of Braden Huff came down. He really settled us with his defensive effort and has continued since. I mean, now we're running plays for him because it's kind of what we have, around the rim. So he's done a terrific job of making the most of it. He's obviously under control. Goes 7 of 10, but you mentioned the 5 of 7 for the free throw line. Those are big time makes down the stretch.
And Mo, I think too, when you look at Jalen, and there was that stretch we talked about. I mean, you had both the point guards on the bench. I mean, you had Braden Smith and you had Mario St. Superi. So, you've got Jalen playing the 5 for 30 minutes, 32 minutes, and then all of a sudden you're just like, now no, go be our point guard and finish this thing off. What a luxury to have somebody who has that much just skill at all those positions and the ability to bounce from spot to spot.
Yeah, it goes without saying. It becomes a matchup problem because then you have to counter to kind of who he's facing defensively and offensively. in the game because he's such a hybrid type of player. And it just gives you an extra ball handler that is used to making decisions. There's a difference being a ball handler, but somebody can make good decisions down the stretch. And he's done that for he played 3 years at Florida State, right? So a good program, high-level conference. So it's just such a luxury to have because you can play that weird lineup that we had and still feel comfortable with at least one guy that can make sound basketball IQ decisions.
Now, 19 for Worley. He leads the way for Gonzaga tonight. 15 apiece for Fogle and Grant Foster as each player makes 6 field goal attempts tonight. Davis was 6 of 15, 1 of 6 shooting threes. Grant Foster, 6 of 12. He was 1 of 3 from behind the line. So those are the 3 Zags gets double figures. Braden Smith, who we just heard from, Mo, I thought he had some really good moments tonight. 4 out of 8 from the field. At 9 points, 4 assists, just the 1 turnover in this one. I thought I thought Braden had a pretty sneaky good game here tonight.
Yeah, he was super unbalanced, and he made some tough ones, actually. He had that N1 in transition, then he made that 15-foot floater from the elbow, right, in the first half at the end of the shot clock. So, like you said, right after the end of the game, our first segment, you talked about both coaches are going to look at the film and look at certain plays. If you're San Francisco, man, if he doesn't make that 15-foot floater in the first half, the end of the shot clock, and then in transition where he gets the N1 situation, he was terrific as well. This was just kind of a grinded-out game. You expect to have these every once in a while, and again, we like to toot our own horn because it has to be said. We said this team is good. This team is good. We were proven right. San Francisco always has a pretty good plan against it, even though we've won 34 in a row, whatever the heck it is. Haven't lost up here since 1989. But W's W, man. Get out of here.
Zags got one here today. It's just 6 players score. So outside of those 4, Mario St. Spiri had 6 on 2 of 6 shooting, and Emmanuel Inocente went 2 out of 5. He finished with 4 points. Izzo played just under 8 minutes. He did not score. Steele Venters played just over 8 minutes and was 0 for 1 from the field. The Zags end up shooting 27 out of 61. That's 44%. The Bulldogs 3 out of 18 shooting threes, 11 out of 22 at the free throw line. Meanwhile, for San Francisco, it was Legend Smiley, the freshman, 5 out of 6 from behind the 3-point line.
Good showing for him.
He made all 3 of his free throws when he was phantomly fouled shooting a 3. 18 points for him tonight. A really good showing, as Mo mentioned, for the young man out of Seattle. Ryan Beasley finished with 14, 11 for Masic. He made those couple of threes late. But, boy, I think we talked about the makeup of this team. The Bulldogs did a great job of slowing down Tyrone Riley, who's one of their better players, Mo. But you talk about, the Smiley kid, when he's shooting like that, just aggressive, and just looked pretty confident in what he was doing. You add that with Beasley, who it feels like the kid could go, like 0 for 15. He could also go 17 for 17 and make every tough shot he takes. They've got some pretty good pieces.
They do got some good pieces, and they always have a good roster construction. Like I've mentioned, they play very analytical, so they have a mix of, solid pick and dive guys that can post up, but obviously everybody's kind of a stretch 3-point shooter, and then usually good guards that can really score the basketball. So it's always a tough out, man. And I know when people, look at the record and how many we won in a row, it's like, man, we had some with our best teams down there with Rui, BC. Remember that one year? We 2 years in a row down there, and I remember seeing Todd Golden after, and he's just rolling his eyes at me, and I'm like, yeah, but that's my point. They always have a pretty good plan against us. Good basketball team. Won, 20 games, 8 straight years?
Yep.
Tough out.
Yeah, so 3 players scoring double figures for USF. And Riley held in check 3 out of 9 from the field. He did have 10 rebounds to go along with his 7 points. San Francisco, 22 out of 55, so just 40% shooting from the field, 14 of 28 shooting 3. So that's 60 made threes in their last 5 games. And this one, they started 1 out of 6. They made 13 of their last 22 attempts. It was almost 14 out of 22 for the win, as Wong nearly banked the last 3 in from the far sideline, but it was off the mark, and the Bulldogs picked up the win. So let's look at our offensive statistics as Gonzaga picks up the victory here over San Francisco, led wire to wire, but the Dons had a chance to win it at the end before Wong's 3-pointer was off the mark. Well, if you're listening on the network, it is time to say so long. Our next broadcast is the Mark V Radio Show. It's Monday at noon. Our next game broadcast 1 week from tonight. It's a 7:30 tip. First matchup with St. Mary's this year. The Bulldogs currently undefeated at 9-0. St. Mary's with just one loss in league play entering this weekend. So we'll pick you up at 7 o'clock next Saturday. Get ready for the Zags and the Gales. So if you're listening on 590 AM, 96.1 FM, please stick around. We've got more postgame coverage coming your way after this. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog Basketball from Learfield.
You've been listening to Gonzaga Basketball, brought to you by Numerica. Numerica Credit Union. Life moves. Live well. Federally insured by NCUA. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Gonzaga Sports Network.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Papa Murphy's, we hand make delicious pizza from scratch every day so that you can bake it to perfection in your oven just the way you like it. Introducing Stuffed Mondays. Every Monday, get any large stuffed pizza for only $16.99. That's over 4 pounds of pizza, fresh from your oven. Enough to feed the whole family. Papa Murphy's Stuffed Mondays. They make great pizza so you can make the pizza great. Offer available in store only. Call ahead to order.
Living a healthy, happy life is built on a foundation of good habits, wholesome foods, plenty of sleep, regular exercise, and for women, a breast cancer risk assessment by age 25, and annual screening mammograms beginning at 40. Our convenient Spokane area locations make scheduling your mammogram easy. Schedule your exam today. Call 509-455-4455 or visit www.inlandimaging.com/appointments.
Yep, Coach. We're back on the post-game show here at the McCarthy Athletic Center, 68-66. Gonzaga is a winner over San Francisco. The Bulldogs lead for 39 minutes and 11 seconds. They never trailed in the basketball game. The Zags open up a 12-0 lead, led by 14, with about 16 minutes to play in the basketball game. But the Bulldogs offense really hit a dry spell there as they would go some 6 minutes without scoring from the field. And Gonzaga scoring just 8 points. Jalen Worley with a 3-point play made it 60-51 at the 9:27 mark. The Zags would score just 8 points the rest of the way, but it was just enough as Gonzaga holds on. For the third time this year, the Zags get out-rebounded, -4 on the glass. Tyrone Riley led the way with 10 rebounds. For the Bulldogs, Davis Fogel was able to secure 9. Innocente had 5, but Mo, the Zags, we talked about it. This is a pretty good rebounding team for San Francisco, and it was just kind of a weird game. It seemed like it came in spurts. Felt like, oh, hey, the Zags are +4 on the glass, and all of a sudden you look up, you're like, San Francisco's +5 on the glass, and it felt like it kind of went back and forth. But in that stretch, they rebounded it pretty darn well. The Zags turned it over, 6 times in that stretch, and just sloppy enough that it almost cost the Bulldogs a win tonight.
Yeah, there's some basketball IQ stuff that we need to address down the stretch of games, and we saw that against San Diego, into that game where we couldn't get the ball in bounds, and so those are learning things, and not everybody passes that test, I guess, with flying colors. Everybody makes mistakes, but there's some obvious ones. Even look at the last shot by Wong. Like, they want you to switch, and we have 2 guys go towards the dribbler. Worley makes a great late contest, but yeah, that was a good look. I mean, it was like, oh my God. And he almost banked it, but that looked like it was going into me when it left his hand. So right? And I was like, oh, oops, there goes the streak. But yeah, again, it's easy to be critical, but you got to be critical on things that involve the mind when you're playing basketball. So, come to a jump stop. We had that stretch with all those turnovers, like you were mentioning, not getting good shots, not finishing around the rim. I know it's easy to be like, all right, make all your layups. Well, you got to at this level. Yeah. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You just have to. And then again, the Davis Fogel one, he was terrific. but he gets it across half court with a minute 10, and he's got a kind of a semi 2-on-1, and he goes up and shoots it and short arms it, and then they come down and hit a 3, and it's a 2-point game, and then Katie bar the door, and so there's a lot of things coach can look at. I'm sure that was Coach V always celebrates wins, but I'm sure there was a kind of a somber, hey, you not so smart kids.
Yeah. But, it's funny too, Mo, because I think this iteration of the Zags, and not making excuses, but I just think that, you just have to look at this honestly. Again, you lost 2 potential All-Americans, 36 points. Guys you're throwing the ball into that can go get you that bucket, right? You're not going 6 or 7 minutes without scoring a field goal because you can throw it to 2 of the best bigs in the country. Yeah. And trying to figure that out and figure out where everybody belongs and figure out who's going to take the shots, because who was taking the shots for the first 19 games, right? It was Graham or Braden pretty much, right? Now all of a sudden you've got to figure out, all right, what do we do? Who's taking them? And is this just throw it to a guy and clear out and let him go one-on-one? Is the ball moving?
Which has never been the way we play.
No, exactly, right? So I think in some regards, still trying to figure those things out, figure out who is going to take the shots. And if you can win while you're doing it and it's ugly, well, so what, right? You got to the halfway point at 9-0.
Yeah. A win's a win. There's no pictures on the scorecard, and I say that all the time. And one thing I've always liked about this program is they celebrate their wins. Even if you're upset and there's a lot of bad things that you did, you're going to celebrate and get in the locker room. Then tomorrow, you watch the film, or the next day, whenever you're going to come back in as a group. But also, without having those guys in the game, guys got to step up and make shots. And it's easy to armchair quarterback, but I think I have the right to say you got to make shots in these situations. And 3 of 18 from the field and 11 for 22 from the free throw line. If we just go half on each of those, it's an 8-10-point win. And you're like, hey, man, it was another great effort, shorthanded, right? Where you and I are sitting here like, yeah, man, we're playing our tails off. So, all in all, our guys are playing hard. That's never a question. Now, some of the skill aspect has to come to the forefront. As good of players they are, they got to make the most of those opportunities. Doesn't mean you have to go, 9 for 18. 6 for 18 would have been all right. 7 for 18, right? And then
17 out of 22 at the free throw line, or 18 out of 22, and
then it's
a 20-point win.
It's a 20-point win, and so these things have to be a little bit more generated focus, and guys have to take better shots too in those situations. But it's something you can clean up. But hopefully, Graham Ike comes back.
Yeah, we've still day to day for Graham, who did not play in his 3rd consecutive game. Zags win it 68-66. Coach Few's reaction from the locker room just moments ago.
Yeah, I don't know. We closed it out great. We survived, and again, but you know what? We survived on the defensive end, which was what we were doing all night. We were playing phenomenal defense. Started the game with just a phenomenal stretch of defense, and then we kept tapping into that. Throughout this whole game, and then came down to we needed one stop, and we got it, and that was the difference. But yeah, we didn't finish the game ideally the way we wanted. There was a couple bonehead plays that we just could have been a little bit smarter on the defensive end, and then obviously on that Davis going to the rim. You better go to the rim, you better make it there, so
Jamaica Worley.
He's, just phenomenal, inspiring, just epitome of toughness, and giving this team, this program, this town, everything, all he's got, just awesome to witness firsthand.
0 turnovers in the first half, and I think 7 in the second half. Was there something they were doing different, or was it just lack of focus, or anything specific?
No, it was just really bad decisions. Just really bad decisions, and trying to do too much and not reading the game. And yeah, just which we didn't do in the first half. We were pretty rock solid. Again, there was a lot of everybody was switching all actions. Okay, so when everybody starts switching all actions, it's hard to get edges and off plays. Neither one of us was really playing any post players, obviously. And so then you kind of got to make plays. You got to make plays in space. And some guys didn't handle, at least for us, didn't handle that quite as well in the second half.
Some of Coach Few's thoughts after the Bulldogs win here. 68-66, just enough. They held on to pick up their 9th win in West Coast Conference play. We're going to take a quick break. We're back with more post-game coverage from McDonald next. You're listening to Gonzaga Bulldog basketball from their field.
Marsh McLennan Agency is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Sports. When it comes to insurance, how hard does your team really work for you? At Marsh McLennan Agency, we do the shopping for the right insurance carrier, ensuring you get the right coverage tailored to your needs. Our local experts are dedicated to providing personalized service backed by the resources of Marsh, the global leader in insurance. Visit MMANorthwest.com and get started on finding a better insurance coverage for you. Go Zags!
We care about your safety. If you need to break ground on a new outdoor project, be aware that buried electric and natural gas lines can be anywhere. It's the law to call 811 at least 2 business days before you dig. Spray paint white lines showing your dig zone, and a crew will mark the utility lines. Mark accuracy zone is within 2 feet of the mark, so always hand dig to expose the line first. Call 811 before you dig. The service is free for residential customers. Avista, we just want you to be safe.
Spokane International Airport is a proud sponsor of Gonzaga Athletics. The airport connects Zags fans and alums with over 60 daily departures to more than 20 nonstop destinations provided by 7 major airlines, as well as one-stop connections to most major metropolitan centers throughout the U.S. Real-time arrival and flight departure information is available at SpokaneAirports.net. Spokane International Airport, when it's time to fly.
Zags hold on 68-66 to remain undefeated in West Coast Conference play. Halfway home 9-0 with St. Mary's on the horizon a week from tonight. We'll visit Spokane, home of the Gonzaga Bulldogs. This busy city along the Roaring Spokane River Gorge has it all: culinary, beer, wine, entertainment, and outdoor adventure. Whether you already live in the area or you're looking for a vacation, start planning adventures now. Go to visitspokane.com. Live like a Zag. So Bulldogs finish with those 7 turnovers we talked about. I mean, had no turnovers coming out of the first official timeout in the second half, just 1 turnover coming out of the second official timeout. That was with 10.5 minutes to play, just 1 turnover in the basketball game. I might have jinxed it. I started looking at my numbers to see what our career, historical lows were, Mo, and then all of a sudden it was 6 quick ones, and that allowed San Francisco to hop back into this basketball game. But still, the Zags do force 15, and they outscore USF 17-5 in points off turnover. So it was kind of interesting. We turned it over, didn't necessarily harm us per se, but also you weren't able to close the game out in that stretch. But I thought the Zags did a nice job defensively again. 15 more turnovers forced tonight, and we talked about it. This defense is getting better.
Yeah, it's getting better, and it's always been athletic, but it has more, chance to show that with just playing, smaller, more athletic guys than your bigs inside. So it just gives you more dynamic opportunities, especially against an athletic team, a perimeter-based team like San Francisco. So 15 turnovers is terrific. 11 steals, crazy number. Anytime you're above 10 or 8, in my opinion, is a crazy number. We've done that the last 4.
Yeah.
So at least that aspect's going well for us. Now, if we can just make some shots and make some free throws, and we'd be not skipping a beat. But hey, 2 of our best players are out, and we're still putting W's on, on the board. So we can't complain that much. It's the little things that get me a little bit fired up, and it's nice to criticize a little bit too, because we can't always just pat them on the back. Never, world's not like that, right? We got to be a little bit honest, and missing free throws, going 11 for 22 really hurts your team.
Bulldogs still hold on 68-66. Player reaction from tonight's win just moments ago in back.
Yeah, they ran a really good last action. I think we did a decent job at switching it. But, I was trying to just get a hand in the sight. I thought if we saw even a little bit of contest, maybe it would make a shot go off. So I was just trying to give the best contest I could in the moment.
Were there things that they were able to do offensively when they made 14 threes in this game on teams and shoot the ball all that well this year? Were there things that they were doing that you guys kind of had to adjust to, and kind of what happened to allow them to shoot that well from there?
Yeah, I think they definitely got hot. I think we guarded them pretty good kind of starting the game, and credit to them. I think they made some adjustments as a team kind of in terms of like spacing and how they were finding those threes. So we really tried to run them off the line, but they were making a couple really difficult shots, a couple shots that we would live with, but a couple shots obviously we went back. So I think we'll probably watch the film and grow from it.
Jalen had points in that game. You were, guarding their 5 and then taking the ball up as the point guard, really showing off your versatility. I'm just curious, what goes through your head when you have one defensive assignment and then you have to immediately switch into offense and, kind of lead the charge there?
Yeah, I think I just try to play a role by kind of fixing issues. We have a lot of really talented guys, and especially with our recent injuries and stuff like that, we've had to play a lot of different lineups. So if I can play the 5 on defense and play the 1 on offense, so we can play some really difficult lineups for other people to guard, I'm all for it.
That's Jalen Worley talking about his performance tonight. 19 points, 4 rebounds, a couple of assists, and a steal as he plays over 38 minutes, and by far the most minutes logged by he or anyone else on the roster this year, and helps lead the Bulldogs to a 68-66 win. Luke Hallett, standing by in the Learfield, North Carolina studios, the post-game show score update. Luke, take it away.
Honey, thank you. Each and every game in the WCC has just about gone final. There's still a ball game to be played in Santa Clara, but the Broncos down to a 59-38 lead with 12 minutes to play, so a big one for Santa Clara. Figure that they will move to 8-1 in WCC play. The other games as such: Pacific wins over Seattle U 56-54, overcoming a 15-point halftime lead. Seattle U rallied in the second half, was trying to hang tough. Last second bucket didn't go. Seattle U can't take down Pacific, and the Tigers win 56-54. St. Mary's had some problems today with Portland. They ultimately emerged victorious, 75-69 over the Pilots. In Washington State, best Pepperdine at 95-79. As for the top 25, all those games have gone final today. Second-ranked UConn took Villanova to the wire, 75-67. UConn able to pick up the win in overtime by 8. And UConn improves to 19-1 on the season. 7th-ranked Nebraska stayed perfect on the season. A 76-57 win over Minnesota on the road in the Twin Cities. Cornhuskers, one of 3 undefeated teams. This is a 2-possession ball game in the second half, but Price Sanford went for 22 points in this contest, 20 in the second half. And Nebraska held on to pick up the win. 15th-ranked Vanderbilt, no problem with Mississippi State, 88-56 in that contest. Number 1 Arizona State, perfect on the season as well, 88-53 winner over West Virginia. They joined Nebraska, as mentioned, and Miami, Ohio is the only unbeaten teams. This is the latest in the season. We've had 3 undefeated teams in 11 campaigns: Arizona, Miami, Ohio, and Nebraska, that trio of ball clubs. Auburn knocked off 16th-ranked Florida on the road today, 76-67. First win in Gainesville for Auburn since 1996. Gators fall to 14-6, 5-2 in the SEC. 13th-ranked BYU toppled Utah, 91-78. Revenge game for BYU after a couple seasons ago. A.J. Dibanza with 43 points and 6 boards today. He was one of 3 freshmen to score 40 or more today in today's campaign just alone. Dibanza with 40+, as did Kingston Flemings of Houston. And then, of course, the Illinois Fighting Illini star freshman Keaton Wagler with 46 points, second most in a Fighting Illini program history, as Illinois won that one 88-82. So big matchups and big performances all around from several freshmen today. Tennessee just went final over 17th-ranked Alabama. They won 79-73, and the Crimson Tide fall to 3-2 in the SEC. Most important score, of course, Gonzaga. They take down San Francisco 68-66. Wrap up the broadcast. We come back. Honey and Mo will finish things off from the kennel. 68-66. Gonzaga wins. This is Gonzaga basketball from Learfield.
Progressive knows there's so many great things about being a sports fan. Like scoring the company box seats. How great is that? Trick plays that actually work. Prevent defense when your team is winning by a lot. And even more preventative prevent defense as they're hanging on by a thread. And of course, saving money when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. That's pretty great. Just like trick plays that actually work.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Complaining about sports. Not so great. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Support Gonzaga basketball through NIL. Zags Collective is the leading NIL collective supporting Zags student athletes through name, image, and likeness. Zags Collective creates opportunities for student athletes to engage with the community and grow their brand. Plus, you get access to autograph sessions, exclusive events, and more. Become a member today. Go to ZagsNILcollective.com and get started.
The season is heating up, and ICCU is proud to be a sponsor of Gonzaga University Athletics. From tip-off to the final buzzer, from the first game to March's biggest moments, we're cheering on the Zags and supporting fans every step of the way. With powerful digital tools, local service, and a commitment to community, ICCU is your financial partner on and off the court. ICCU, looking after your daily balance. Let's go, Zags!
We're back at the Mark McCarthy Athletic Center to wrap things up on the post-game show. Tonight's game was sponsored by Ag West Farm Credit. Ag West Farm Credit is a financial cooperative that provides financing, crop insurance, and related services to farmers and ranchers across the West. From small family businesses to large operations, Ag West brings the experience and financial know-how to help you grow your best future. Zags win 68-66 over USF, remain undefeated atop the WCC standings at 9-0. Next up, a week from tonight at 7:30. It's St. Mary's, round one with the Gales. St. Mary's 19-3 on the year. They're 8-1 in league. They lost to Santa Clara, who is also 8-1 in West Coast Conference play. But Mo, when you look at that Santa Clara roster, again, it's pretty amazing what they're able to do in this, this day and age, keeping all their best guys, and then just, having the guys that sit at the end of the bench and don't play a lot, like B. Mike said earlier. The Dent kid, I'm not sure he played against us last year. No. And he's their second leading scorer right now at 13 points a game. He has 118 assists against 52 turnovers. Obviously, Morauskas is a fantastic player. He's right up there for the Player of the Year award honors. And then Mikey Lewis can really shoot it. And then, you look down low what they're able to do with Andrew McKeever, who's having a breakout year. Another one of those big guys that just kind of has been sitting at the end of the bench that they do a great job at developing. Harry Wessels is back. So they've got the two big bodies and then some skilled guys around them. And, look out. Saturday's going to be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun one. I'm glad we got some time off to kind of hopefully get healthy with some of our bigs and get right and kind of address some of these issues. But, it's always a battle against St. Mary's no matter what. And we've, lost to them twice last year. Then we beat them in the final of the tournament. So it's been some friendly bad blood, but it means more. I think if this year it's being the last year of the WCC might be the last time we ever play them at home, most likely, right? Why would we schedule them? They don't want to play us. Don't let the door hit you on the way out type of deal. So it'll be a fun one. It'll be amped and ready to go. And hopefully, like I said, Graham can get healthy. And we need him back in the middle.
A little more offensive this year. They're scoring about 79 a game, but their defense is still strong. I know, right? Like almost getting to 80. But they're still holding their opponents down. 40% shooting for their opponents, 29% from three. They're also rebounding it very well, as they always have, plus 11 on the glass. So there'll be some things that will present challenges for sure when Randy Bennett brings his Gales here. 7:30 next Saturday, 6:30 pregame to get you ready for that one. So the Zags hold on here tonight for the win, 68-66. They scored the first 12 points of the game. They led by 11 at halftime. And then they overcame a scoreless drought. They didn't score from the field in some 6 minutes down the stretch, but still able to hold on 68-66. Barry Wong's three from the right side just off the mark. And the Bulldogs knock off San Francisco for the 34th consecutive time, for the 36th consecutive time in Spokane. Again, they haven't won here since 1989. Bulldogs' 14th win on the season, runs a record of 21-1. Again, Jalen Worley leads the way with 19 points for the Zags tonight as Gonzaga holds off San Francisco. Let's wrap things up for us here from the McCarthy Athletic Center. For Luke Hallett back in Learfield, North Carolina studios, doing a fantastic job with our broadcast tonight. For Adam Morrison, I'm Tom Hudson saying thanks a lot for joining us, and have a great night, everybody.
You've been listening to Gonzaga Basketball, brought to you by Numerica. Numerica Credit Union. Life moves. Live well. Federally insured by NCUA. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation of the Gonzaga Sports Network.
Like an old phone number, here's another song that might have left your brain ages ago. Let's get reacquainted, shall we?
Spokane's alternative rock. Alt 96.1.